Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bring the Heat, Season 2. And we're in a bit of a different situation, aren't we, fellas? We're all together.
It's a new location!
Yeah, it's a new location. We're all together. Pretty well. We got Tom, of course. We got myself. If you don't know who I am, I'm Joe. And we've got Reese as well, our manager slash local shit taker. And then we've also got Tony, who's tuning in from New South Wales. Unfortunately, not able to be here with us. It's like he can afford to live in New South Wales, but he can't afford to move to Adelaide, so it's unfortunate. But
yeah,
we like to change things up a little bit. We thought this season would be a little bit different, so pretty well we got the three of us here together. Hopefully, we're intending to get Tony down here at some point once New South Wales kind of settles down a little bit more with COVID, which won't be too long actually. Come to think of it, so
yeah, once they figure
touch
out
wood.
Well, we
yeah,
got it's the only thing I could think of.
Not twigs. Not twigs. We're talking about wood, okay?
It still counts. It still counts. But once New South Wales figures out how to deal with COVID and what personal spacing is, then some brain cells might come back, and we'll be back to having the 4 in a small room that's only 3 meters.
Shit.
Listen, it does the job all right. We got a nice setup. That's the main thing. It may not be the fanciest, but it's actually pretty relaxing. It's always nice. So, for the most part, we have actually got a bit of a new structure for this season as well. So we have got, I think, 3 core topics with a couple of other things thrown in between as well. So I guess, we're going to kick things off straight away, right? So we have also had, Valorant Esports, North America. How's that been, guys? Because
TSM who?
There's been a lot of stuff happening recently, because I know Tony's had a couple of thoughts on this. Everyone else, the public's had some interesting situations, to say the least. Tony, do you want to give us a rundown, I guess, on what's happened in the last couple of weeks and, what the go is with everything?
So obviously, we had our 2 representatives qualify through the VOT for the last chance qualify. That is, of course, Order Peace, or now Order Chiefs, of course. So a few of them got to the airport. Everyone's keen. They're about to go to NA. They were ready to fucking tap heads. Ronsky was ready to take names, get potentially poached. And they got to the airport, and Riot said, you guys, sorry. Better luck next year, basically.
It's fucking bullshit. Peace send the League of Legends team, which are here, to obviously, I think, was it China or something they went to this time?
Europe.
But so they went to Europe, right?
Yep.
But Riot couldn't be bothered sending the 2 teams they've grinded and missed out on. Not just, I think this is the second opportunity they've missed out as well, especially Order. Earlier in the year had the opportunity to go across, and they didn't get it. Because Riot don't look into travel, they don't look into accommodation, and on that note, they say they did, but it's bullshit.
Well, I think the biggest problem is they went to a third party. They didn't actually have their own people do it. They sent it off to a third party to arrange flights and accommodation, and that's where I reckon that's where the communication broke down, primarily.
Yeah, because realistically as well, when I was talking to Sav from the Chiefs, so pretty well with the upcoming Rainbow Six event for the major, right, when they go to Sweden, if Chiefs win, Chiefs get full control as to flights, accommodation, everything. They just put it to Riot and say, hey, this is what we want to, sorry, not to Riot, to Ubisoft. They just do it. So looking at what Riot did, basically they organized all the flights and the visas and such for leaving the country and going to America, but they didn't actually give them any details on the accommodation or even any return flights. There wasn't anything but.
So basically, they're living in cardboard boxes, and it was get on a boat and come back through the ocean.
No, legit. Like, they had no idea you had to go through certain procedures to actually get back into the country, which I still think is bullshit, considering how, Peace has literally just gone to, I think it was Iceland.
China.
I think, to the event.
And I think Renegades has gone as well, haven't they?
Yeah, to Sweden.
Yeah, Renegades
that's
are in Sweden. Just landed, actually.
Yeah, so they landed as of yesterday, and they're already in Sweden.
I think they're just trying to make up excuses for them just actually not looking into it.
Yeah.
I don't think they did their due diligence. I think they went, oh, hey, we better book this stuff. And then they go on, yeah, we should have done this weeks ago. And they go like, well, shit, we can't make it look like, we didn't do anything wrong.
It was very short, though, as well, if you think about it, because, they had not even a month.
Yeah.
Can we also talk about how fucking cursed the bracket was?
So that's the other thing as well.
If they did get overseas,
so if you're a team that's grinded 9 months just to go overseas and play a single Elam best of 3, I don't know who at Riot was on some type of crack cocaine when they drew that
It's a
bracket up.
conspiracy.
Yeah,
It's a
wasn't
fucking
Chiefs-
conspiracy.
Yeah, no, but wasn't Chiefs playing 100 Thieves in the first
No,
in the
no, no.
second
So
round?
Chiefs had to verse off against Riot's Nation, right? But
Rise.
the thing is, Chiefs had the easy side of the bracket. That's the weird thing. Because if you look
Yeah,
at the
Pete-
other half, you had 100 Thieves, you had LG in there, you had
They would have been guaranteed.
Order
at least
was
top
on-
3.
Order was basically playing.
Order was playing 100 Thieves. Someone we got past on the second round. So someone they had already the first round was obviously already a buy for someone.
Yeah.
And I think Order went to second round because no one else they got a buy as well because they're flying in.
Wait, what?
So they played 100 Thieves, I think.
I don't think it was 100.
It was
No,
someone. It
no,
was one of
100
the
Thieves
notable
had to
teams,
play off
wasn't it?
against one of the two NA teams. I think it was Gen G and LG that played against each other to then go against 100 Thieves. I don't know. I can't remember who Order had to face, but I think it was.
It was Order versus V1, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so
Yeah, and
That
then
might
it
have
was,
been
basically the
something
winner
of-
of that would have gone into
that was
the
Peace
next.
Rise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
Because I know,
Oh,
like,
Chiefs Rise, sorry.
because when I read the bracket, I looked at it and went, "Oh, okay, Order could win that against V1." I reckon Order. You know, there's always an upset, and I love the upsets. As I've stated last season in CS:GO, and I was fucking way off. Those teams was trash.
Yep.
But fucking Order, I expect Chiefs to do well. Ronsky can carry those boys to maybe top 5, to be in the 4th to 5th spot. But Order were just that little bit better in finals, and they look like they can play the NA way.
Yeah.
Because
I
it
was
look
gonna
like
say
they
that-
played their Sky retakes the same as 100 Thieves do. So
Yeah.
you look at it, Order top 3, maybe even being the potential underdog winners of the last chance, because anything can happen on 0 ping.
Yeah.
So
the key thing as well is that like both the teams got shafted pretty hard. Obviously they couldn't go. They're meant to get compensated for it, which
they're fucking
again,
better.
like Riot's
But
just
they-
like, oh, sorry
I
guys.
don't think they're
I-
gonna
the
get
big-
much, honestly.
Seriously, the big thing as well, we were doing the numbers, and I think it was between 80 to 100 grand basically per team from Australia,
What the
basically to go there, have the flights, the accommodation, the food, the resources, literally everything. That's how much money Riot would have been saving. So I think realistically, it's just a money saver. That's what they're trying to do. And then basically off that, if they compensate,
bracket
them, it's
saver
still going to be
too.
much lower.
It's a bracket.
Yeah, because
They
the other thing
changed
as
it
well,
to a
that was
double
pretty,
elim now.
That's something we, it's
that was pretty
it was
disrespectful.
the format was what, best of 1?
Yeah,
At
so the
start?
best
best
of-
of best
No,
of
but-
3,
Best
Yeah.
single
Best of
elim.
threes.
Single elim.
Then
yeah, that's
basically,
it,
since
yeah.
the two teams from
And then it was
Australia got
double
booted out,
going upper
now it
semi.
went to double elim.
Yeah,
It
that's
was-
a joke. Like
bullshit.
It
honestly,
was double
imagine,
elim going
imagine
into
being
upper
the team
semis.
that is able to fucking fly over there, an Australian team, gets there, plays the best of 3, and then kicks out.
I was saying it was single elim until the upper semis, and then it became a double elim.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
just
so
stupid.
it's bullshit. It's
Yep.
bullshit, 100%. Now with that 80 to 100k expenses, if I'm Chiefs, I'm Order. I'm looking at that going, okay, we'll take the same like the what the word I'm looking for, the
The
exchange
expenses
of
are
3rd to 4th. We'll go, all right, what did they get for facing 3rd and 4th in BC in the last chance calls? We'll take that level prize money, and then we'll take 25 grand on expenses. You take a quarter of it,
But you know that's not going to happen.
That's not
Yeah.
going to happen. This is right.
but you
They're-
can,
they're
you can
gonna
say
get-
it's damages though
They're
as well.
going to get compensated for wages.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
because
much it.
that's the big
And maybe
deal as well.
points. We'll get
Yeah.
Maybe
some sort of
yeah.
points towards like next year's
Yeah, the
competition or some
thing is
shit.
as
Probably
well,
get some in-game currency too.
realistically for
Yeah, that's what I was
most,
gonna say. Get a fucking glitch pop, fucking nice.
Here's
No,
5,000
hey, yo.
points just for you guys to spend on some skins.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
No,
we're not going to give you
no,
enough
no,
to buy
yeah.
a pack though.
Yeah.
They'll get-
Since
they'll
You get
get,
half
like-
of it. You get half a
They'll
pack.
get- They'll get challenger like masters points or some shit like that.
I think
Guaranteed.
They should. They should.
yeah, because Tony, realistically, if I was, because obviously we've had a lot of players as well that have just decided to dip, but like we've seen Minimize as well.
Dude,
tweeting out, I
fucking-
think,
yeah, he
Artie's
went in.
basically- He dipped. Like I
He's
think
like,
Artie's
"Fuck
taking
this."
a break as well, and it's like straight away, if Ozval's going to succeed, we need to see them going to C, like without a doubt. Like I can't
Yeah.
handle C. We shouldn't be pitched against NA. The only reason being is because there's less teams in C than what there is in NA, of course. And I
Yeah,
think it
so
makes a
it
bit
should
more
Well,
Well,
even
sense.
see-
C's
become
getting the
APAC.
shaft.
We should just
Like-
play APAC South, APAC North.
Not even that.
No,
Like,
but
there's
we
not enough
take.
teams for that.
But we mostly, well, I'm taking from the Apex sort of side
Moving
of
to
things. If we
Perth.
go the
Moving to
Apex
Perth.
plan, we go APEC, North and South, and then we go obviously the lower bracket teams being those 4th to 5th. Then obviously you see these teams that are like a Nebula, a Fury,
Wait.
which I don't think will be around next season.
We don't exist anymore. They all disbanded, but that's beside
Yeah,
the
no, but I
point.
mean, like teams in that area that are in, let's say, I'm going to use LPL for an example here.
Yep.
That lower half of LPL Legends, all of a sudden these teams fill APAC South, which is what we are. And all of a sudden we've got a bracket of 16 to 32.
Basically following the Siege and
Bliss.
Apex format, I guess, in that regard. I think the Siege format's probably a little bit more accurate, I reckon. But
that's
even then, that still needs work. But I see what you're getting at. But I think, like, realistically, I think even from that meeting that they had, there wasn't exactly any exact details that provided, because I know Ducky wrote that article about them as well, and in that article specifically, he said there was no actual, I guess, there was nothing actually officially said. That's the thing as well, because they just kept it completely bland. They're like, oh yeah, 2022, we're going to be able to see.
He went in.
We're going to like revitalize Australian Valorant or something. I'm like, well, that's not going to happen unless you hook us in with C. Like, realistically speaking, if you have the same qualifier idea without the bullshit, let's have 9 months of qualification for it. Because again, there's been like, what, 2 major events between that period of time?
Don't forget, COVID's peak in NA and EU has been in
Give
that
us
9
a
months.
slot.
Yeah.
So you add in the CSGO format of majors, which is
if you think about it as well, with the Uni League, remember how the New Zealand team went to NA and they played fine?
Yeah, but that was from New Zealand.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Reykjavik and Berlin.
It's still a similar situation, because New Zealand, like, they're still an equivalent regarding.
But yeah, New Zealand also have a lot of COVID cases as well. So
that's because of New South Wales.
That's their own political thing.
The Red Bull Campus Clubs.
You know, with Australia, we've got some of the lowest rates across the world when it comes to COVID, and I think that's happily because of how people are running it, excluding one certain state.
Nah, two states now. Let's put Victoria back in that.
They also have government support.
Either way,
despite that, it's still a shit situation, and I hope, like, both teams, like, I hope they stick it out, because I know they don't want to play Valorant at the moment. Like,
well, who was it that's quit?
What the fuck you talking about?
Minimize. Yeah, he's a gun. He's an absolute gun, and he could really climb the ladder. But
fucking nobody wants to.
As an IGL, like, he would have been great, smart. Honestly.
He would easily be able to fit in some tier 2, tier 1 teams. I think, honestly.
So what we're saying, boys,
dude, put him on a C team. Fucking, like, minimize on a C team, even, like, holy shit.
That's the other
That'd
thing.
Be insane.
With SEA, obviously with C, PUBG does that brilliantly. Do you see there's a couple of C teams that have happened in the past? Like, we'll use Bay for example. They've had Aussies and New Zealanders on the team.
Yeah.
With like Indonesian, or I think it's Indonesia, wasn't it? Or Vietnam, like
it was basically Sophia, Vlad, Neff, and who was the other one?
He's another Aussie / Singapore.
Yeah, Singaporean play. Either way though,
can't remember his name now.
Sorry, if we're gonna touch on this specifically, we still haven't seen a roadmap for 2022 for us.
Yeah, I think after Masters, what we'll see after this, like we're gonna call it the World Championship, really, isn't it? It's the big one, and I'm gonna call it now. Sentinels win it. They take it out.
Listen, after what we saw at Berlin, I don't think they're going to get anywhere near it. I think, seeing how Gambit played again, if they've already gotten into it, of course, I think Gambit's going to have another go at it. Honestly,
Gambit's good, but I don't count Sentinels out, because there's that peak, and then Tens, obviously he's always had this story of, fuck, it's time for revenge, and that's him. But back to obviously Order and everyone here, shit situation. I think it's absolute bullshit that Riot are that appalling at managing something and getting a third party involved. Like, obviously they have managers and officers in NA that should be doing this, and for a company that is worth like what, nearly $1 billion, just because of League of Legends, probably more.
Fucking more. Fucking more.
Doing this.
Way more.
Yeah, but doing this.
Yeah.
They need to take their heads out of their ass and realize there's not just NA and there's not just EU. There are other regions, and especially since they took the Riot head office for OS out of Australia, they completely closed it. They've just become absolute nonsense to our region.
Well, let's all not forget that they are a company. They need to make a profit at the end of the day, and at the end of the day, OS does not produce as much as anywhere else in the world.
I don't give a fuck. They're dickheads.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, from a company perspective, their primary is to make profit.
I'm just saying it straight. Like,
it's unfair. It sucks. I would love to see them bring back Riot OS again with actual people that can run it effectively and are here and are actually able to be active and in the community to a standard that, you know, is across the rest of the world.
If I'm going to be honest, I feel they're probably going to go down the LCO track.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think ESL is the only one that can really produce that type of level for it. I think LPL, like they've done well with the Legends League, but I think something on a more higher scale, like the VOT specifically, that was a fucking mess.
Even the Autoran stuff, I didn't mind that.
Yeah, see,
like it was a mess at the start. It was
the thing is as well, they can't do it because they have a team competing in it, which I can understand. But I think realistically, LPL, of course, like LPL's been there for the amateur scene, and you know they're trying their best. But I think VOT specifically needs to be upped production-wise. Because quite honestly, just looking at how it was done for the last 8-9 months, I just could not handle it. Just looking at the production quality and everything.
Looking at what they had in Berlin, no, we can't beat that here.
Bro, I just want the fucking HUD. Give me the HUD for Legends at least. Like, shit, man. That HUD looks nice.
Well, yeah, I think we're going to leave it on that. Joe...
Listen, we're going to go on to a lighter topic.
Yeah, right. Don't get me
So
angry.
It's a positive thing. RLCS Season 11. Now, this is literally the biggest thing, I would say, to date, other than the Rainbow Six format for APAC South, for OS. This is game-changing, honestly, because looking at what they've decided to do, there's a massive format that's been introduced. It's fucking confusing. I don't want to go into it because I can't understand it myself.
I gave up reading, even looking at the graphic that they had. I gave up.
Yeah, but realistically, the main thing we're going to touch on is the decals, right? Because
there's some hot ones.
Listen, so with what they've done, there's 30, I think it was 16 or 20 something teams that had their decals introduced for the first time, which is pretty good. We've got 2 OS teams in there for the first time, which is Ground Zero and Renegades, which is good.
Well, shouldn't fucking Diables have that Ground Zero spot?
No.
I'm only saying they got fucking one.
Shut up. Because realistically, if we're going to be looking at these decals, right, like a lot of the teams that were introduced, I guess when I get this up, there was a lot of decals in there, which I like personally. The top ones for me...
Ooh, Diginotes, what the hell?
The top ones for me that I actually really enjoyed seeing introduced.
Not gonna lie, Diginats reminded me of
Dignitas, man.
Diginats. Alright, Digimon over here, looking like some fake taxi stuff, okay? Kind of vibing with it. Because the fake taxi looking kind of nice.
Fucking idiot.
Because I think looking at the ones that I'm pulling up here, I think the ones that I thoroughly
Furious.
Myself, the Ground Zero one. The Ground Zero one was good. Like, it's very simplistic. It looks clean.
Well, the black and green is always black neon green. Always going to be looking good.
It's always going to work because I think that the phase one is their generic pattern, which again I can understand.
NRGs is kind of weird.
Black one? What the?
I did enjoy Vitalities and Guilds
yes.
one.
Yeah, Guild
are actually really cool.
Yeah, Guilds.
Listen, Vitalities. The worst one, I don't like the Pittsburgh Knights one just because it they have their word
that
logo
PK.
Like the PK instead of their actual logo. But again, their actual logo I hate because it just looks really odd. They had that really crappy.
We can also talk about Power. Power's fucking...
Yeah, the Power. So the Power entry for that's massive.
Yeah.
Because again, like the players have got there are more content based, but they can play together as a team, which I can respect. And then on top of that as well, they had John Sandman join as a content creator for that, which is actually really sick.
That is awesome.
Yeah, biggest Rocket League creator in the world. I know Lockie was running for fucking ages, so of course he's got that contact for them, so that's really good. I
reckon they can pump out not only some great content, but they can really get in and compete and make Team Power instead of just a Fortnite org into something like world known.
I still think they're a Fortnite org. Let's just be real.
Look, that's the primary, but I love the move Lockie's doing. It's awesome moving into Rocket League, especially with the upcoming in Rocket League and how it's evolving into this massive tier 1 game now instead of being that thing in the background like Smash. Now it's becoming something a lot huge, a lot more bigger, a lot more.
The one thing I want to throw onto that, Power's done it perfectly. They've gone with 2 G-rated games basically. Like a lot of kids play Fortnite.
Both games by Epic.
I wouldn't call Fortnite G-rated.
They're also
but you know what I mean.
By
like
Epic, by the way.
Through Epic.
Yeah.
You know, I know that, but they're friggin' what they've done is smart. They know their audience is a young audience, Power, because they've got Fortnite, and Fortnite player base is very young, but so is Rocket League's. And to have that's just great marketing in my sense. They know their target demographic, and they've zoned in on it with Rocket League.
Yeah,
But the
they've done a
question
great
is,
job.
how many mum and dad's fucking credit cards are getting stolen at the end of the day?
Quite a few.
But see, the positive thing about the decals as well, like if someone purchases it, a cut of that goes to the org, which is always nice.
Yes.
You know, especially for teams that have to, you know.
Have we
sell
heard
What
it.
about that? Have we heard
reoccurring
about the
profit
percentage?
in esports, Joe? I've never heard of such a
Whoa.
thing.
Listen, they're still probably running. They're still probably running at a negative. Let's be real.
I
Come on.
mean, Lockie's channel is mostly just funding the whole thing. Let's be real.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
listen, if you're a content, you know, persona like him, you can do what you want. Like he's made.
Yeah, he's made millions.
Honestly, he wouldn't even look at his bank account. Let's be honest.
man, I had to look at my
He
bank
just has
account.
his
And
credit card, and it's just like completely untapped, and he's just like bang, bang, bang.
It's
just
not
does it.
even-
that golden Amex.
it's not even that. It's mostly just literally a black diamond, pure membership, $1 million club freaking card,
Yeah.
and it's metal. It's not even the plastic ones we get.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think. Listen,
another one I would like to touch on for the decals.
before the next
The
segment,
decals?
we'll touch
You say
on it.
decals?
It's
Yeah,
Decals.
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 Oh my
I
god,
wanna-
get
so,
Taz to go at me for
Tony-
saying an org.
Tony, what are your thoughts on this though? Because it's the first round of decals, right?
Mm.
And we've seen a couple of double ups
Yeah.
in there as well. So there was,
Yeah.
I think it was Power, and there's another team in there. I don't remember what their name was, but they have similar logo. I think it was Rix or Rix or something like that.
No, there was also Ground Zero and someone else had the black and green.
Yeah, that was Simplicity, but you can't help that. They both have. the
Yeah,
same.
I
both
thought
have-
Simplicity were blue.
Nah, Simplicity's green.
Or am I
they're, like,
thinking of
light green.
Complexity?
Because Tony, if you're gonna think about this, right? If we're looking at these new decals that are coming through, because Riot Gaming's had theirs leaked, because
Yeah.
they just can't shut up, so they've already leaked their decals.
Don't have a team though. They don't.
All, yeah, all,
No,
I'm,
they
sa-
pick up another
all I'm
team
saying is
for the
where's Overt? Am I right?
Overts was on there. I don't mind Overts. But
listen, yeah. So I guess that's a good way to lead into the next segment, right? Because this is a new one, boys. We got a new segment, Tom. Brand or bust?
Randall.
What do you think?
oh, fucking Overt bust.
Hang on,
Shut up.
hang on. We'll go into a bit more detail.
Listen, so
Yeah,
we're going to go into
explain
detail.
this to me.
Now,
Explain this to me.
the one that I've got on my screen, Tom, does that look like Overt?
Yes, that's what I was talking about.
So this is Torrent. So Torrent is basically the Alpine rebrand. So
Oh, that was Alpine.
that was
Yeah.
Alpine.
They
Oh.
rebranded just recently.
Now,
I'm thinking like you.
for
Torrent, like,
those
we're
for
downloading
those
some
of
illegal
you who
movies.
don't understand what brand or bust is, because this is the new segment we're adding it along with, you know, the hotspot at the end. So brand or bust is basically comparing one brand to another on a similar, whether it's branding or competitive scale, and you know, comparing the two. Because looking at this, Torrent has done everything that Overt should have done,
Yep.
and I'm talking everything.
So are you saying Torrent is Overt 2.0?
I'm saying Overt is
But-
Torrent 2.0, even though Overt's been out for longer.
Wait. So by that you mean 2.0? So, but you're saying that Torrent have done an Overt, but they've done it better.
Yes.
Okay.
Listen, I know I give a lot of shit to
No,
Overt.
they've killed the OG. That's
You-
what he's saying.
You guys know I give a lot of shit to Overt because of what they do. But this specifically, like with what Torrent has done with their rebrand, like all the you've seen the
I love their
cinematography.
social
You've seen
media.
the cinematography, but
Yeah.
like that is fucking insane. I know they've got like a
Guys, do yourself a favor. Go to Torrent HQ. Check out what they've done on social media. It is pristine.
check out their merch, by the way, because like I'm just gonna give them a plug because that stuff is great.
Yeah.
It's not fancy. It's very simplistic. I'll pull it up here, Tom. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I haven't seen their merch. I've seen their rebrand though. I like their stuff
It's
they've done on
actually-
Twitter.
What they've done is just awesome. I love it.
I like how they've taken some ideas from larger orgs, right? And they've just done it so clean. Like their Twitter banner gives me like Optic Gaming 2019
It's more like
graffiti.
a mix of Optic and Liquid. You see how Liquid has like that kind of like futuristic type of vibe.
that digital
The
futuristic.
digital
thing, yeah.
futuristic like jersey stuff. Like this is what I get from it.
Like the hex sort of designs
Yeah.
they're on about.
Tony, what do you think of the Torrent Overt logos?
I think Torrent's, yeah, as Joe said, fucking done it way better than Overt ever could. And yeah, as Tom said, the rebrand is absolutely fucking insane.
Oh, get fucked. Yeah, nah, fucking Overt. Pick up your game.
Yeah. Sorry, Overt.
Like I give shit to Overt, but obviously like Abayo knows like it's all in good faith. Because at the end of the day, when we talk shit or when we say something PUBG game, we want the region to improve.
We love Obeo. We love Kazza. Like, they're good guys. They've got the heart in the right place.
Yeah, there just needs to be more.
There needs to be more guys.
So realistically, like the way I put this in the notes we've got is basically Torrent is Overt's handsome cousin. You know? The cousin,
the Italian cousin.
The Italian, he's just come from overseas and he's like, hello.
He's got the perfect beard,
he's Italian,
perfect hairline.
But like, if we're gonna put like this down, the main thing we want to mention with this is that since Torrent has that logo in Rocket League now, if Overt get a team and they try to do it, I don't think they're gonna get in.
They won't be allowed. They would have to.
They'd have to rebrand.
I don't think they'll have to rebrand. I don't think that they'll be allowed to have black cards. They'll have to go white and grey.
No, you have to go white. So they have a home kit which is black, and the other one's white.
No. I feel like their home kit is gonna be forced to be white.
No, it won't, because that's how I've already looked through the Aussie from GZ gave me the rundown on what the requirements are for these decals, and the home kit has to be
your primary color. It has to be black.
Has to be the primary, unless you have an exemption, which is Renegades.
That's why if you look at all the cards.
Well, they might.
And the away kit is meant to be the white.
Okay, hang on, but they might get an exemption like Renegades on the stance that their home color.
They're not big enough.
Let me talk. Their home color might be green. They might have to do the polar opposite. They might have to flip it.
It's either a rebrand or change your primary color,
which is essentially a rebrand.
Yeah, but you look at the Torrent one.
If they're gonna change their primary color scheming, just for Rocket League, it's essentially a rebrand.
Yeah, but what I'm saying with like the primary color, again, the extension, you look at Torrents, right? Their main color is black. You switch that to the green, and you go with the black and the little detail, little freaking infinity bits, little bars and stuff. Then it could work, but with obviously what you said, with not being able to, they're not as big as Renegades, or they're not, or they're just not meeting the qualifications for a skin just yet. Then fuck them.
I just don't think they're going to get
like that's what I mean. They're not allowed. Like fuck them.
I think they're just going to get told no.
Like Epic's just going to turn around and go, no, well fuck you. You're not getting an exemption.
No, I think just straight up they need to do a rebrand to be able to do it. Because I don't know about you, Tony, but like if you have to look, if you're somebody who's looking in this game, right, and you're trying to pick a team, I guess to support primarily, and you're looking at two brands that like are extremely similar, you're like, where's the originality? Because you're going to look at both those brands. And you're going to go, which one came first? Obviously, we know Overt was there before Torrent, but Torrent's just promoted themselves to the point where, Alpine was actually a really decent Rocket League team in NA. They've rebranded to Torrent. They've done the decals. They've done the hard work. It looks really clean. And that Torrent decal is one of the most popular right now. It's one of the top 3 most purchased in the game as well.
Mostly because the black and green just mixes so well.
Yeah.
That's mostly one of the things, especially one of those better looking ones.
Like black and green, it's one of my favorite colors.
Like the phase one for me that like you had there, I think it was phase.
Yeah. It's just
to me that'd be the team I pick because of the red. Yeah. Obviously, being a Ranger, you just have to go over that.
Vouch.
Tony's just sitting there. Yeah.
Vouch.
Need to support the
even like the liquid one's not bad either. That that I wouldn't even call it dark blue. It's more like a royal blue, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like a pearlescent from here.
From what I can see, it's like a royal pearlescent blue. So it's not dark, it's not light, it's in the middle.
But the whole thing just seems very boring in my opinion.
Even
they had extremely strict guidelines for it though. So like if Psionics gave them a little bit more breathing room to do stuff, I think we would have seen really, really good skins. But again, you have to have a borderline on what you can do, right? Because I think the transparency would have been you can't have different headlight colors, the rims for the rim cages and the
I'm surprised you don't have different rims, because rims are obviously one of those things in Rocket League that people are like, oh, those are sick rims, because it's a fucking car.
Like with the
I think it's more because they want people to buy
but the rims would be a set though that you buy with like the actual,
because with the wheel you can exchange the wheels out. That's just how it always works. But if you're looking at the actual the actual detail on the car, you can't make it too different from everyone else. Otherwise, you're saying there's no actual guidelines.
Look, I'm just gonna say the Beetle in that game is OP. All right.
Scarab too far.
Yeah, the Scarab is the best, hands down. Prove me wrong. I want to play bumper cars. I'm playing that.
Speaking of OP, we'll move to the next one. Dota TI and COVID. I'm not sure if anyone is a Dota fan or a Dota enthusiast. Like me, I am a big Dota boy, up the OG. They've been smashing it. But
fuck Romania.
Yeah. Oh no, we won't say that.
What the fuck?
Look, we won't say that. So if anyone's unaware, Dota recently just started, but a week or two just before Dota TI started, they cancelled the live audience, which I'm not sure if anyone knows. Dota TI is one of the biggest tournaments in the world. Currently with 40...
it is the biggest.
Well, yeah, I would say it is the biggest. With a $40 million prize pool, there was something... The tickets are essentially sold out at the venue in Romania. They went from, in July 15th, from, where is it here? 44 new cases from July 15th to over 1,000 in October 5th.
Is that per day?
That's new cases per day.
Jeez.
Yo, Victoria, don't take notes, all right? No, stop. Please, relax.
They looked at New South Wales and they're like, you know what, I'm going to one up it.
Yeah, do better.
They're like, Australia? Nah, we Romania.
Now,
We one up
I'm
it.
not sure if you guys read the Twitter post that Dota announced. Did any of you guys read it?
I
have-
am not a Dota fan, so I did not touch it.
It was very enjoyable to read.
Is it like a
from-
Riot's NA LCQ tweet?
This is 10 times better.
I was
10
just,
times
wait,
better.
are we
So
talking about
I'll
the
tell
spirit
a
one?
little story. There was one
No,
guy.
we'll get into that in a minute, Tony.
There was one lad. And this is one story from thousands. He quit his job, flew over to Romania 2 weeks prior to TI starting, had all his, everything sorted, to books like hotel accommodation, his food nights, everything's already there. This is a lot of money, like it's tens of thousands of dollars. And then it gets cancelled. And now he has to isolate, come back home to a job that's not there for him, and then find new work.
Look,
and
but that's on him, really.
He's not the only one. There's a lot of people out there that have flown over to Romania, spending tens of thousands of dollars, only get told, "No, sorry, go home."
Not to be that guy, but that just seems a bit brain dead if you ask me.
Yeah, why would you quit your job?
Yeah, that's on him.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
that's what I'm.
It's like, yeah, he
He-
shouldn't. But fuck.
Yeah, he shouldn't have done that. But imagine spending that much money, even if you didn't quit your job. Imagine spending tens of thousands of dollars to fly over to Romania.
Does he have travel insurance?
I hope so. God damn.
Where was he
I hope
from?
it. He's from the United States.
Okay, probably.
Nah,
not.
that explains everything. He's American. That explains it all. I'm done.
Probably anti-vax as well.
Mate, he's much like my Ford F-250 can get me there.
What, you see him going across the fucking ocean, just sort of like.
And he's hanging out. He's still like a convertible. He's holding the American flag, just going. Like, I'm sorry, but I can see he's got a blonde mullet. He's literally Hulk Hogan.
America, fuck yeah! We're quitting jobs and going to TI.
Jesus.
I hope his job wasn't that important. I hope he was just working at Wendy's or some shit. Like, really.
Boys or something.
Anyways, so moving on from that, so the teams that went over there. Now we'll show a video shortly.
Hold up.
Team Spirit, the poor bloke.
So for the people on YouTube, we'll play the video. For the guys who are listening on Spotify, Google, or whatever, there'll just be like some audio.
Check out
cut.
YouTube.
С вами Team Spirit, и это наши голодные игры. Это наш практис. Здесь должно находиться 8 человек. 8 человек. Я напоминаю, что играть в групповую стадию мы будем из этой самой комнаты. Теперь посмотрите, какая она огромная. Посмотрите, вот если сюда добавить еще двоих, места здесь не будет вообще. То есть здесь невозможно даже спинку откинуть, потому что все сидят как бы друг с другом. Зато можно сразу покушать. Домашняя сфера как дома. Так, микроволновка, все остальное, пожалуйста, с ним на кухне играем. Столы очень маленькие. Вот эта железка здесь, которую нужно отвинтить, но она на заклепках там сзади есть. Из-за этого нормально не сесть. Собственно, здесь не развернуться. Лампа. Илюша, встань, пожалуйста. Встань. Ну, Илья, у нас повезло. Здесь сидел Мирослав, и каждый раз он как бы звонил в эту лампу.
Да, там уже есть шишка, если что, скорее всего.
А вам как парни?
Я Ван Гог.
Чувствую себя как дома. 5 лет назад в общаге при универе также было место примерно. Такая же кухня, кстати, вот один в один. Только без микроволновки. То хотя бы нам сделали такое предложение. Да, позаботились, микроволновку поставили.
А еще не активировали Windows, но это такое.
Себя
как дома. Интернета нет до сих пор.
Все было как дома.
У тебя должны начаться игры тренировочные через 20 минут. Нет интернета до сих пор. Мы заехали, если что, 1,5 часа назад сюда. Ну, туалетной бумаги. Здесь есть замечательный туалет, где тоже ничего нет, в том числе туалетной бумаги. Зато валяется вот какой-то пустой лом на полу. Кто-то тут явно был до нас.
Не, ну вот капитан наш уже зачилил на диване у Айрата в целом.
Вместо Айрата и диван, собственно, там нужно. Все. Самое главное, что, наверное, нужно сказать, это то, что у других команд нормальные практисы, нормальные. Но здесь сделано распределение по DPC поинтам. То есть у тех команд, кто внизу таблицы по DPC поинтам, у тех, кто дрался сквал, у них у всех подобные практисы. А у команд, которые заходят там в топ-10, у них нормальные большие практики, где можно хотя бы спинку кресла откинуть. Очень жду, что в следующем году будет еще лучше, и по DPC поинтам будет выдаваться вода, еда, обед и ужин. У кого не будет хватать, те как бы не едят. Спасибо за внимание.
Small room. You can literally just lean over your monitor and open
So
a
it's basically the
microwave.
size of
College
this room
dorm.
right now.
College dorm.
There's a
College
kitchen built
dorm
into
is
it.
best to describe
No,
it.
no,
yeah.
college dorms are bigger in America. This thing was like,
Literally,
what's the best way of
but
putting-
There's a kitchen in there. There's like a dining room table in there.
what are those
5 desktops,
and-
5
And
monitors,
8
5
people sharing a room.
8 people.
what's those apartments called where it's literally a studio but tiny. Like that's all it is. It's a studio apartment.
It's like the size of a normal bathroom.
And they didn't
Yeah, but
even
that was the only that room though. You see, like they had another room to the left, which would have been like a
yeah,
bedroom.
there
or
was like a
something.
there was like a main bedroom study, and then it came out into the lounge room, kitchen, dining area, and then I think there were like a couple other rooms behind it.
Yeah,
But that is like
From-
for 8 people. Like, so they got their
that was
players,
their
their
practice room
coach.
though, wasn't it?
That was their hotel room. Full stop.
That was their
Oh,
hotel
just-
room.
The way that obviously I read the subtitles, maybe the subtitles were wrong.
You didn't even
um,
need to read the subtitles. You see on the right side, there's
Yeah.
like the whole
Yeah,
kitchen.
no, I
and then
was-
you
I
look
was thinking-
behind, you see the coach with his laptop on the toilet. Just
chilling.
going, come on, fellas.
You know,
Yeah.
I was just freaking reading it because like he was speaking. I don't know, if being Polish or something. I don't know what team
Yeah, right.
spirit is.
Yeah,
I was close. They're near each
That was
other.
close.
I was
Idiot.
geographically close.
yeah, just like France and Italy.
Fucking idiot.
No, well, think about it. Poland and Russia's
Geographically
here.
challenged. Another good podcast, by the way.
Yeah. So again, I'm part American, geographically challenged, as I don't know where Australia is.
Neither does right, apparently.
Yeah, that was
Okay,
that was that was a shot.
Tony.
Oh, sweat.
No, but from what I saw, they're in the room, right? They got a few extra rooms in that, but why are they set up in a kitchen / living room area?
Because there's no
That's
room.
the
That's
only
the
place
only
could set
spot
up.
they
No
could.
And then-
room.
To set up the tables.
Well, they didn't even
and
have
all the
activated
computers.
Windows 10. Like,
Yeah, and no, that they didn't have things like microwaves.
They had one microwave, but it was you had to lean over someone else's monitor to get to
dude,
it.
I'm pretty sure one
Joe's
of them,
got it up now, and I'm watching it again.
pretty sure one of
You
them was
look
using
like-
an ironing board as a desk.
Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he couldn't even he couldn't
Clearly
even
he's
move his
watched
legs.
Kakin's interviews before playing this.
Yeah.
Fuck. Shout out to
But
Kagan.
looking at this now, it's like you look at this and it's like half the room is literally just, I think it's like a pop-up desk. Because he pointed it out, like the table, he has like the pop-up. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
desk
he
you
has
just
the
get from
old-
Bunnings.
The barbecue fucking thing.
There's a tiny microwave and they're playing on the kitchen sink.
And they had two players had to switch spots because there was a light fixture above them, and the dude was hitting his head getting up.
It's too
Well,
tall.
Like I'm
he
sorry,
shouldn't
but
be
how
too
tall?
tall then.
How tall are Romanians?
Perks.
They're-
Hello?
Most of them are over 6
Pretty-
foot.
Well,
easily.
how the
Pretty fucking tall.
This man looks 5'7". The other dude's about 6 foot, but he's nearly taller than the chair. And he's
There's
got
even a
there.
TV on the wall. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you can't fit a monitor. Let me just turn like I have my keyboard there and just look up.
Gets neck issues from looking around like. But yeah, I don't understand this. I thought Dota, obviously. I think it's free.
Now,
Is
what
it-
I
who's it
think
through?
has happened.
Who's Dota's free?
Who's Dota through?
Yeah, like who owns Dota, like the game and that. Who?
Valve.
Valve.
All right, so
One of the biggest corporations.
I'm
in
not
the
gonna lie.
world.
Again,
I've never seen a
Dota
CS:GO
and
team.
CS:GO's small handsome cousin pretty well.
I've never
Again,
seen CS:GO have a room like this.
So what I think has happened, this is just a theory of mine,
this was like a point
is
something.
I think Dota had pre-organized like rooms and such in different hotels, and then the whole COVID thing happened, and I think what they had to do was they had to cancel these rooms, maybe because of certain regulations in the state or in the country,
Yeah.
and so they had to move them into these shitty little hotel rooms.
Yes,
Yep.
because it's a good idea in a COVID situation to put many individuals in a small
Smart.
cramped space.
Very smart.
Well, the theory is that social distancing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Not with this.
You
You look
know,
at
but
it, they
you're-
could probably
you're-
yeah,
touch.
but they're all came in together, so they
Yeah,
that
so they're
so
distancing
my
them
my
from the public.
that was my theory was that they panicked and they had to quickly book certain hotels that would allow isolation.
Yeah, so there's 8 Russians sleeping on the same bed because they couldn't afford more rooms than one.
And in between there's a bottle of vodka. That's just that.
Honestly, I'd be drinking 2 after playing in that condition. Like, fuck that.
Like that.
Do you know how Spirit went?
They're doing okay.
Yeah, they didn't do too bad.
They got rid of the light. I heard that there was a light issue, that the light was taken out by a head in a celebration of a win. But
yeah, bang.
My question is, how do they wash their dishes?
The guy moves his computer.
Because the sink's next to the microwave.
The guy moves his computer. Come on.
No, he leaves his computer in the sink.
Yeah, he fucking. Hey, yo, it's 2 for 1. He's watching his monitor at the same time. Like,
yeah.
It's like those videos where you're just like, I'm washing my Xbox, and he just dips it in the sink, and then just
I think they're like 17.
it's like, bro.
I'm gonna say, but aren't OG the reigning champions?
Yeah, they're back to back.
They have won 2 TIs,
back to back.
but they have Seb, who is suffering from, I think it's suffering from eye surgery, or he still has to go into eye surgery. So he's currently playing with one eye.
Yep.
Saska, who is their sub,
yeah.
so they're missing a player, and Anna has retired, who was one of the Aussie lads, our boy.
Probably one of the most successful Australian.
One of the successful Australian
fucking
esports.
god
There's
at
no
PlayStation
one
1.
you can't even put a number.
Well,
I'll probably
I
Tig
remember,
behind him.
Yeah, Tiglan and maybe the other lad from
That is a big gap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying
He was a
just
god position
Big down
one.
here, and then there's Anna up here with
correct.
a few million dollars in prize.
What's the other Aussie's name from Sonic? The other PUBG.
Tiggleton.
There's 2 PUBG players in NA.
There's Tiggleton, Luke 12.
Oh, I'm talking about Luke.
Luke's in Australia.
Yeah, Luke would be underneath Tig though, really.
No.
Wouldn't he?
No.
I thought he won a lot more
Listen,
money than
The Fury boys are above Luke.
Yeah.
Just to let you.
Fuck it. You know you sub now. You got to sub.
But nothing wrong with Luke. He's a great fragger, great guy. I've had many good conversations, but
listen, I guess
I'm being legit. I actually thought Luke had earned a bit more money because he went to NA and had more of an opportunity and a bigger prize pool. But that's just me. But back to this, I forgot all about Dota.
Yep. But bottom line, let's just say, just to finish that topic, I guess, this is not the greatest event we've seen from Dota.
This is probably one of their
This
worst.
is the worst.
Tio,
Well,
Just
at least this one they had a LAN compared to last year where it was all online.
I think TIA was the best. I'm just gonna say that now.
No, let's go Guam. Get on those Guam servers.
Fucking Guam. Yeah.
Up the Guam's coming soon. But we've had a bit of a chat about Dota, but we are on to our, I guess, the next little segment we've got. First we had Brand or Bust. Now we've got the local league update, which it's more so just shining a bit of light on either a new league or a league that's been consistent and doing the right thing.
Yeah. And if any players are still looking out there for different leagues that are happening all around Australia, this is where we're going to promote and give a little bit of a plug out to the TOs that are actually trying it there and trying to run it and bring up the OCS scene and get more players in. So we'll move on. Tony, you want to take us away with the local league update?
This is Tony's viewership for the month.
Yeah, this is where I get my time to shine. AEN, who I believe have recently started up a spring series for Valorant during the off season, and I guess it's not even an off season anymore if this event's going on. Shout out to the AEN guys. I believe they used to do COD beforehand, if I'm not wrong. R6.
They still do it. It's just not as
frequent. So COD R6
in the new season.
I think. Do they do R6?
COD R6 and Val now. Yeah. But you see AEN will come back in the COD once the new COD drops.
Yeah. But AEN doing this Valorant Spring Series thing, I think it's really interesting because obviously it gives incentive to a few of those teams that obviously didn't make last chance or, didn't place highly enough where they're just like, we kind of need a break. Some of them still want to keep grinding. I believe there's been a few invite teams, Trident, Bliss. I believe Direwolves are in there as well. I think they managed to get a hold of Direwolves, which is, we're not going to say all too much about the Direwolves Valorant team being pretty unresponsive, but they managed to get a hold of them. So they got Legacy in there, which is going to be interesting because we get to see Legacy without Yafang. Yafang's gone. I believe the announcement came out in the past 2 weeks or so. Yafang is no longer a part of the Legacy roster. I believe he still has the team tag. But it's going to be interesting. Who's Legacy's fifth? I've seen a few names float around. I saw Exempt in a Frag movie, which was a little bit interesting. I don't think Exempt's actually the fifth for Legacy, but yeah, we get to see Bliss back playing again, which is good because you know Bliss they've just lost Azo. They're currently in a bit of a shuffle. They've just picked up Dragon, who's fresh off an unban and ready to take the world by storm, ready to be the next Ronsky, basically.
So I think from Legacy, apparently Papi's their fifth, by the way.
Oh, okay, that's
there has been a few games that he's actually been in playing, so
okay. So
that's interesting. Dragon and Bliss, I still think it's a case of getting rid of. I hate to say it, but getting rid of one egotistical kid and chucking in another. But I think Dragon's going to do better.
I think Dragon isn't as egotistical though.
No, he's definitely gotten better.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember him playing for Element.
I know he's been banned for the last.
How old is he?
17, 16?
17, I think. Yeah.
I'll put that to age at least.
While Dragon's been banned, he's gotten better.
Wait, wasn't Dragon on Element?
No, he was on.
Wasn't there a Dragon on Element?
No, he was on
the one that we were shit talking with the boat.
Was it in Nebula?
No, he was on Nebula. But yeah, Dragon. Hold up, I'll actually Google it because I've actually forgotten who he used to be on.
He was definitely on Nebula, but that was before the whole ban from LPL for a second.
Yeah, so he was on Nebula and then Elemental before that. So yeah, he's only been on 2 teams. But yeah,
fucking right for once. Fuck you.
Yeah, you were right. Yeah.
Because I fucking abused him in friggin'.
Tony, we can talk about players, of course, but we're here to talk about the league.
Okay.
Like they're giving praise to the guys at AEN. I guess not more so. To the teams.
Yeah, AEN and LPL have done great things.
The format was sick.
We're talking about AEN.
Oh yeah, but all the Vertex lads that run AEN, mad lads, absolute brilliant effort across all games that they've done. Especially in Warzone, they had to get a license to that stuff, and they got it from Activision, and they've done those those duo comps and that. But it's been a little bit quiet, and with this VAR Spring series that they've brought out, it's another thing that the region needs. We need TOs that are this active.
Yeah. I think on the other side of things as well, from what we've seen, I think Tony could probably vouch for this. The administration side of things has been a bit messy.
Yeah. Without
because they don't really know how to do Valorant stuff, to my knowledge. This is very similar to what we saw from OEL, I'd say, where they just didn't know
if it's their first time giving it a go, kind of thing.
Yeah,
I
can understand.
Yeah,
I know Jamie's had some experience with it, and he's got players who can help him with it, but they shouldn't be getting casters like Tony to do it because he's in the lobby ready to cast, and he's having to become the next Starlet to try and get the players working.
Yeah.
I'm talking dictatorship.
I'll be like, can we get the vetoes done, please, so I can cast this game? Thank you.
if I was in Tony's shoes and I had to say, you got to get in the server
Read the rule book.
I'd be.
I just fucking.
Oh no, I wouldn't even do that. I'd be like, you got 5 minutes to get in the server now. Leave your game.
I literally said.
I don't give a shit. Tony
almost wanted to DQ.
I'm not gonna say who, but I literally was like, all right, if you don't do the vetoes in the next 5 minutes, I'll DQ you. I'm not fucking around. Like.
Yeah, no, it's Tony. You did the right thing.
I was at the end of the day. I was mad.
Teams already
it was fucking open qualifiers.
Would it be more down to Would it be more down for AEN just not having the amount of the people to do it? So the number of people to do it.
I'd say they got too many teams to manage.
They need more admin staff. We need more staff. You can't turn casters into staff at the same time as well. I just don't think it works.
I mean, you've been doing that for ages, though. Like, you've been forced to do that because I've seen you even in with LPL. Like, you've had to do it because players, not to diss any players at all, but some of you guys just
morons,
fucking idiots.
You aren't the best to work with.
Just
get a firm
grip.
I think everyone needs to remember a lot of these also volunteer work, or if they are being paid, it's not a whole lot. So when it comes to the players, respect the admin, respect your referees, respect your casters. They're trying to put in the hard work so you guys can have some fun playing
This is
leagues.
not just for esports. This is just in general.
Yeah, this is life.
If you're playing like a sport, like with mates, like football or soccer or whatever.
Look, I'm only banned for a year. Don't look at me. All right.
Wait,
really? No, I'm taking the piss out of football.
Yeah. Bottom line, you just gotta respect it. Otherwise, you're not gonna get that respect back. And quite frankly, even if the org finds out you're being a little freak, they can fine you. That's the other thing. Like,
it's in your contract.
It's in your contract. You sign an agreement. I know none of you read it, but it's in there.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Be smart like Tony and read your contracts.
Of course. I want to draw it back into the format because obviously the games are bound to happen. I believe it's Wednesday and Thursday.
It's a very long event
next week. It's going to be a long one because I believe it's 3 best of 3s being played for both pools. So pool A, round 1 is on Wednesday, and of course, round 1, Pool B on Thursday, and yeah, so there's some interesting matchups in there, which I thought, we'll touch on just very briefly. But all best of 3s, of course, which is good. Shout out to
Is it double elim?
Double elim, yes.
After groups?
Yeah, I believe so.
Hey, fuck you, right?
I believe there is double elim.
We hate right.
But I've got the goss for all the round 1 matchups, because obviously I'm looking at the graphic right now. There's going to be some really sick games. Trident versus Hero. Wait, sorry, this is Group B. Round 1, Pool A. Is Bliss versus Elven and the Hood Monks, which is, I guess, XAGG mixed with,
Can you repeat that name?
I'm not going to. It's
Wait,
very
no. Hold
sketchy
on.
one.
Did you say Alvin and the Hood Monks?
Elven and the Hood Monks. Props to the AGG, XAGG boys. A very, very interesting name there. Direwolves versus Samfam, which is also, I guess, some of the XGG boys plus Deegs and Yakuza. Yakuza's in there. Vertex.
Yakuza's in there.
Yeah, Yakuza's playing.
Fuck, I haven't seen Yakuza in ages.
Playing with Norson, Stevens, Trung, and Deegs. Apparently, is their roster.
Yeah.
Wait.
Hold up for a second, Tony. Yeah. Yakuza hasn't played in a while, has he?
No.
This is just like a fun event. We want to play him.
Like we haven't. He wasn't in LPO in any league.
He played for.
I didn't see him in Open all the way down there.
He played for Direwolves and shit. But yeah. We haven't seen.
Yeah, but I didn't see him in the Legends Summer Cup.
Yeah, no, he just. I think he didn't really have it. He just plays the AGG guys basically.
So Tony, I guess more so about AEN than teams. What with the format they've got going, is it group stages and then there's also double elim bracket afterwards? Is that how it's working?
Yeah. So I'm actually trying to work that out myself.
So he doesn't even know.
Yeah. So
welcome to Bring the Heat podcast.
So there's pool play.
Tony doesn't know anything.
So there's pool play. There is 5 rounds in pool play. And then I'm assuming stage 3 is the finals, so it's winners of round 1. Okay, I'm assuming it's top 2 or top 3, and then they make a bracket there for the finals. And then I believe it's a double elim in the finals. Yeah, double elim.
So what you're saying is the format's confusing.
Look, I didn't get told very much. That's all I'm saying. Even during open quals, I had to ask Jamie. I was like, "Is this double elim going into the best of 3? Like top 8? What's going on? Double elim or not?" He's like, "It's double elim tomorrow." I was like, "Okay." Yeah.
So much for it being a positive thing for the league. Am I right, guys?
Look, no, I think it's sick though, because there's a prize pool of 3K, which some of our
money's money.
Players, competition's competition. Like it's during the off season, we got no big heavy hitters or heavy favorites. So this tournament's kinda who can be that kind of 4th, 5th, I guess 6th seed.
Who's not shit?
Who's not shit?
Who's not shit?
We also get to see all the roster swaps too, that actually happened after LCQ and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Real quick, I'm just gonna have to say this: if you're a TO and you don't have a set structure on how you're formatting your competition,
there's a set structure. I'm just not sure of it.
I'm
not flaming Jamie.
I don't want to bag Jamie because he's doing a good thing.
Yeah.
But I think it needs to be more so a visual graphic of what's going on instead of just dot points of this is what's happening. So you can visually see it.
So what, the way that I would do it personally, you have group stage, right? Let's say we have 4 groups. Top 2 from each group go to top 8, right? That's your upper bracket.
And then double elim.
And they get double elim chance. Bottom 2 from each group go into lower bracket and they're single elim. That's your last opportunity because you're in the lower bracket. And then obviously the winners of that will play the losers of upper bracket and so forth. And you just keep them going. It's typical round robin shit. How hard is that?
Yeah.
I think realistically that's what he's aiming for, but I don't think it's actually doing this very well.
Either way, it's his first time giving it a real good go.
Yeah, correct.
So give benefit of the doubt.
Benefit of the doubt, but I'm just being
next season. I reckon next season will be much better. So guys, definitely check it out. Check out the live stream. When is it, Tony?
Round 2 is Thursday and Wednesday, the 20th and the 21st of October at 8 p.m.
All right, so on to our next segment, the PUBG Global Championships. Yeah, up the Fury boys. Well done to them. So 32 rosters qualify for the main event in Korea. Now, we want to mainly touch on the OCE boys, so we're going to touch on Fury. Awesome. Like they did amazing work. Sadly, they did not win it once again.
We didn't care though. Let's be real.
But they qualified. They got there in the end, which is what we wanted, which is awesome. 36 Cartel, as well as they tried, up the boys at 36 Cartel.
Statistically worse than Bliss.
They're still statistically worse than Bliss.
I hate to say it.
Yeah, let's throw this out there. But how many times have Bliss tried compared to them?
More.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
how many times have they finished 16th though? Cartel didn't.
Yeah, true.
Bliss did.
So no, honestly, great work to the guys, Pivy and all the boys there. They did some amazing work. They did some amazing plays. Obviously, like it's their first major in a way, online major. So they did really well, in my opinion.
I also want to point this out. If any team wants to have a chance against Fury in Korea, PUBG got to ban the Balti. They got to nerf the Balti.
Ronan Balti.
Ronan Balti, hands down, might just make an appearance on that big stage and be like,
yeah, Ronan already told me when I was meeting, because we had a meeting last night about that, and he's just like, I think I need to use the Balti. I'm like, that's how you're gonna make your brand, man. You gotta use the Balti.
Yeah, he's gonna walk in and he's gonna Balti some of the best players in the world, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck?
I got really bored one night. I like really bored. And I decided to go back and check what's Ronan's headshot rate with the Kar 98 past all his major games. And he's at a 76% headshot rate.
Yo, they're fucked. Yo, he see your pixel, you're fucked. Simple as that.
That's how nuts he is. He is absolutely nuts in that Balti. So, Ronan, take some heads, bring some chicken. We're looking forward to it, brother. Now, Heroic also being able to attend after last year on the PGIS.
Yeah, so Heroic, when they were was it Okami? I think it was.
Yeah, Okami.
Yeah, so basically they got shafted along with us a while ago, last event, because unfortunately they didn't actually get an invite, even though they were one of the best European teams, just like us. But obviously forgot about OS, like right, except they've redeemed themselves, so that's cool. But I think the key thing, just looking at the 32 teams that have qualified, I think, realistically speaking, every team that has gotten into this event, I think deserves to be there.
100%. Yeah.
The only team that I'm very, very shocked that isn't there is Foreign Green Men, of course.
4 a.m. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, they're not as good as what they used to be, but they definitely should have qualified. That's also, I think from what we know, apparently. Unicorn Phoenix may not actually be attending the event either due to restrictions in Vietnam. So I think it's Unicorn Phoenix and Balnam United may not be attending. I think BNU is meant to be, but Unicorn Phoenix isn't.
Oh, okay.
Because Daytrade on their Facebook posted a airplane with a Thai flag. Now, going by the point structure, if Unicorn Phoenix can't attend, it's actually meant to be the Dong where I'm meant to go.
Oh, the Dong!
Up the Dong!
The Dong!
Hey, my Dong, baby!
If I'm going to be brutally honest with you, they don't deserve to go.
Hey, yo, fuck you.
Nah, Daytrade does.
They played a shocker.
Yeah, but when you look
Daytrade with the format they're doing at PGC, I think they'll do well.
Well, this is what I'm really looking forward to. We're going from the winner chicken dinner format to the original one, back to superset, back to actually kills mattering,
can actually
and
win
placement points are actually going to be in there.
Considering the last 4 PGC events, we've had literally the highest point fraction in every single. We could have won 4 events straight, but
yeah, but you just can't win games.
That doesn't matter now.
That was the issue back then. You couldn't win games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the thing. So Fury are one of the teams that are consistent in getting into the top 6.
Yeah, that's what I mean though. With
and
the
getting
kills,
high frags.
Yeah, I mean with the kills and the placements, in the end, like we saw in the previous PCS, you drew, right? You drew, but only because Brew had a win and you didn't win. That
was from the last one then a while ago when we tied with Divine. That was because they had a higher win, which I still think is bullshit, but we're not going to go there.
Yeah, obviously. It is bullshit. You got rolled.
Because realistically, if we're looking at the teams who are being here, I saw there was a list that got posted by Patrick, who's the PUBG esports social media guy for ESL Poland. From what he's posted, basically the teams he would expect to place top 4: Petrichor Road, MCG, Sonics, and VP. And I think 3 out of the 4 of those realistic.
Yeah, realistic. Yeah.
I wouldn't put MCG there.
I wouldn't either. I don't know. It must be a fanboy or something. I would No, there are probably 3 or 4 other teams that are competing that will destroy MCG outright.
Because looking at the next section, they have a top 4 contender, so teams that could make top 4. Gen G, I think if they're on point, they should do okay.
They did okay last time though, didn't they?
Then you've
They're a
got
consistent team.
Yeah.
The hell is this like?
Show me.
Sorry, New Happy. My bad. I don't know how they're going to go because they've done really well for themselves in China. Actually, getting into this point.
I'm going to say this in that tier list you've got up there, the top 4. To me, there's no surprises. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I can
That
see
tier
them
list,
definitely making it. Winning it though,
I'm gonna be
winning the event. It's gonna be, I think, Petrichor, Road, Sonic's VP. It's one of those 3.
I
or if Oath pop off because they've been really consistent.
Yeah, Oath. I was about to say Oath. Oath maybe deserve to be in that S tier area, but I'm gonna say this right. I don't see Fury winning it, but I see them in the top 4. I see them in high prize money.
I'm just fucking happy.
Just happy to be there, dude.
just because you guys are slayers and you get kills, I see prize money coming to you.
With the format they're running for it. If I'm gonna let Tony speak in a minute about this, but I just want to run through the format. The format they're running for this is similar to last event, where they basically have the seeding rounds between the 32 teams. So top 16 plays first, 16 on the side. The winner of the weekly final, or the weekly game, they have, I think it's 16 games through the week. The winner from each game goes into the weekly final, and then from the weekly final, going off placements, that's where the money lies.
The same one as last year?
Yeah.
I really like that because it gave you something to look forward to at the end of the week, especially if you're a team that, we won a game, but we didn't do well in the other games. Like you somehow snuck in a win. You go into that weekly final and you get to play in that little bit extra of a cash bonus.
Yeah.
Which no one's going to disagree with. That's always a plus.
I'm just happy I get to watch PUBG for, I think, what is it? I think it's 4 games a night. So probably maybe, I think it's 6 days.
Fucking impression farming on the
That's
Twitter
going to be great because you have 4 games a night. Then you also have the 2 weekly final weekends, which I think is going to be, I think it's 5 or 6 games. I'm pretty sure that will get played out for that, which is fair enough.
Better get more wine then, Joe. More wine.
Get on the beers.
I'm gonna need more than wine if the guys win money because they're guaranteed.
I would love to maybe go to a few places, see if we can get a big viewing party.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
He was talking about this last night in Discord but when you went off and did something, you muted and walked off. He goes, Tom, I would love to be able to go somewhere in LA where I can book something. We can have some people there and we can watch PUBG. I instantly went, there's a fucking internet cafe in the city.
Yeah.
Isn't the Hive still available?
Yeah.
The Hive, yeah.
The Hive is still there. So you could mostly go, look, we're from this organization.
Tony, I wish I could invite you, but you still
love the Hive.
That's right. We'll get you there on video link via Snapchat video.
So Tony, I'm gonna throw you under the bus here a little. What do you think if you're looking at these teams here? What teams on this list do you think, in your opinion, will do okay? Because I think you're more familiar with APAC, obviously, since you've watched the guys a fair bit, but I guess looking at other regions, do you know much about them specifically?
Well, obviously I know Sonics, fucking guns of NA, fucking absolute gods. Shout out to Tiggleton, still a goat. VP, I'm pretty sure VP are pretty alright, aren't they?
VP are the kings of Europe. They've gone the 3-peat, just like Sonics.
Yeah, so I think those two are probably your top to look at. As for teams I think could do alright, I've seen, especially from APAC, the guys at AAP, Archangel Predator, they've actually definitely stepped it up, as the weeks progress for PCS. I saw them really start to hone in on, I guess, the format, but now the format's changed there. It's gonna be interesting.
They tied with us on points.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, AAP definitely.
So they were the other team with us that actually qualified on points, which I found rather interesting, actually. So it's
no, definitely. I'm keen to see AAP do bits with us, obviously. FaZe are another. I don't know all too much about them, but I think FaZe could be potentially an.
They just pick up.
They're okay. From the EU side of things, I would say it's up against VP, Heroic, Liquid, and then maybe chuck Navi in there as the one to maybe do a little bit of damage every now and then.
Realistically, though, I think if Liquid's going to have a chance, they're probably the most inconsistent team in that 8 from EU.
that's because of winner chicken dinner format. Now that they're allowed to actually freely rotate and just start fragging out like they used to, because you got to remember they have some of the best fraggers out there in the world.
Yeah, even last event though.
Yeah, because they're trying to focus on winning, not just going
you
out.
Have to for the midweek.
Yeah,
but midweek is all about wins, and then you got the final, which is the weekend final, which is all about kills. But I don't like with Huzzy saying they've got some of the best fraggers. I don't see them doing bad. I see them doing well up in the order.
They're supposed to be together for like 3 years,
and they're comfortable in these scenes. Like they're comfortable going into these big major, international events and competing. While we've got quite a few new teams. Like there's quite a few new players that have entered the pro scene.
Who the hell is BBL?
Yeah, good question.
They're actually really
cracked.
They're really good.
Beautiful logo. I'm going to say that beautiful logo. That is HD and crisp.
The Turkish guys. These used to be the old Dark Allegiance.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was Was it Dark Allegiance?
No,
that was
DA. I forgot what they're called.
Dark Allegiance.
Deadly Alliance.
I forgot what they're called.
Dirty assholes.
Get the fuck out.
Shut up. Shut up, Tom.
They're an old team, but this is their first time kind of like really entering this major pro scene.
Yeah, well, best of luck to them. Like every scene needs that fresh blood. Even though you might be veterans, like everyone needs something. Like you just need it.
I can see Team Liquid now going back to their old strats because when Winner Chicken Dinner format came out, Liquid did change their strats up.
Oh,
they changed into let's rotate more effectively and get ourselves in the central, but they got punished for it 7 times out of 10, sadly.
Yeah.
But they still managed like the games where they were like fed or they were able to rotate effectively and just get themselves situated in a nice little compound and the circle just falls on them. Yeah, they've done well, really well, which is why they're playing in PGC. When it comes to Virtus Pro, they're just a great all-rounder.
They're awesome.
They were consistent.
Not just as a team, like they're actually really good people.
They're a team to win it. They're a team I think that will probably actually win it. Going in through Asia, my picks would be your Gen G, your GEX, and
you gotta throw Petro in there. You can't with how they've been performing as of late. You have to give them a little bit of respect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like last event, you saw PCS 5. They actually ripped everyone apart.
They did.
They
really did. I don't know. Just some of the recent plays have just been a bit weird to me. I don't know. They haven't really been
1v4 fucking drive by into the house. I remember showing you that clip.
Yeah.
I was fucking fuming.
Yeah, it was a little bit weird. But there's some teams definitely to watch out for.
Basically, for some context, Tom, basically he had one of the little buggies. So basically, he did a seat swap onto the back with a UMP, killed one of the players in the seat, got back in the driver's seat, rammed it into the house where they all went to, and he just mowed all 3 of them down.
It was some scuff stuff.
That was such a sick play, though. It was
I can see it in my head. That is legendary.
No, serious, stop.
From Asia, obviously, we've got our boys Fury. I reckon we'll do quite well out of them.
I reckon top 10.
I would also probably, we kind of.
I reckon that Abe's spot at the 10 to 7 area.
Yeah.
Realistically,
we were top 8 in the world at one point.
I would say they'll easily get the top 8 with Brew. Now the other teams, I'm not so sure.
Well, with Brew, they haven't played a single game in 3 months, and I'm talking they haven't actually been in scrims at all either. Apparently,
I reckon they have been.
They would have been doing bits and there hasn't been any events that've been in those. Even with the the tier 3 high events, it's been nothing.
So odd.
You reckon they've just been pub stomping?
I don't know.
But they could have been playing Korea. They could have been playing.
What was that, Tony?
I was gonna say that's so odd that they're not playing scrims
because they didn't qualify for PCS 5 because they came 10th, I think, overall, which is quite shit for them. I think
that's got meow and stuff, isn't it? That's Brew. Yeah. All right. Something's up there.
They're very lucky they won PCS 4 instead of us because I don't think they wouldn't even be at PVC.
No, they wouldn't.
So their points aren't high enough?
Well, that all depends. It just depends. Were they just taking a break and letting other teams compete? Are they actually bombing out? Are they actually starting to get a little washed?
We kind of need to see how they go.
I would like to see, but I think they'll bring it. AAP, I reckon, will also bring it a little bit. I reckon they'll get top 10. Now, the other teams, I'm just not so sure.
See,
UMP, AAA, and BNU.
Honestly, after AAA recently, I think they'll flop because you're into PGIS, they completely shit the bed.
that's what I was about to say. I see AAA. The battery's not doing that well.
BNU is they're inconsistent with a lot of their plays.
They'll get to the weekly final just off wins, probably, because they're actually really, really good.
They know how to
at winning
rotate. They
games.
know how to rotate.
They're a good endgame team.
They've had
I've
the
noticed
most.
that.
They've had the most wins in PCS APAC across the board with chicken dinners. So
Yeah,
that's
but they
good.
rotate well.
But now it's coming down to placement points.
Yep, and
Yeah.
they'll win one game and then bot out. In the weekly
Now
final.
UNP, the dark horses.
But they're not going.
Well,
If they do,
Well, I've seen news articles and stuff, so I'm going to assume so.
All right,
I'm going to call sus. Just saying.
We win the event. Nah, we're not going to go into that.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
I think people have seen my posts
Mad
that I
hacker,
put up.
man.
Like, look,
man.
I'm willing to admit, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm happy to admit that. But there's a lot of evidence.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
I'm gonna call it now. I agree with Hazy 100%. I reckon these cunts cheated. Straight up, I'm not being blunt. I'm honest in this. They cheated. They're pulling out an event because they know that they can't take their USBs across because it's going to be Word.exe.
They're definitely good teams. Like, they definitely can frag. They definitely can move. But there were just some times that were just...
There were some shots. There was some lineups.
Listen, let's not dive into it.
Mates.
Right.
No, I'm not. I'm just.
They conducted an investigation. Let's not touch on it. But
Yeah.
I think for the America side of things, I think we've really got to focus on the Brazilian seed for it because Fiumba has been signed by an org. As to what org, I don't know.
I'm calling LG. It has to be LG.
They've been
LG
in
on that
PUBG
list.
before, and I reckon this is probably their chance to get back in.
Yeah.
Now, I've also heard rumors that there is a new org out there that's also quite big that have never been in PUBG.
100
SK?
Thieves.
I don't know who
No,
it
I
is.
reckon
100
but
Thieves have already
there's
been in
apparently they're a team. There's a couple of orgs out there that have approached them, and they want to pick them up, but they've never entered PUBG. One of them's actually a
100 Thieves?
Fortnite org.
SK, listen,
100
SK,
Thieves?
I don't know.
SK or Black Dragons, I'd love to see in that.
I would love
Black
yeah.
Dragons would be sick.
I don't want to see Furia because then
'Cause
you'll
we're
have
already in
Furia,
it.
Fury.
Again.
and Furia is literally Portuguese Fury, and I'll be sitting there going, "What the fuck's going on?"
Let's see the cast.
Like that Spider-Man
Pronounce
meme,
that
just
one with
looking at each
Fury.
It's Furry versus Furry. Wait, what?
From America's, obviously, you got your Oath and Sonic. God tier teams.
Yeah.
God tier. Space Station. I reckon they'll do well.
I reckon around that 12 mark.
I reckon Dignitas might struggle.
Honestly, with Dignitas talking shit on Twitter, I kind of hope they do.
Oh, yeah, Digimon
First we
going
poached
down.
their coach, and now we're gonna.
Yeah, I honestly think they are going to struggle heavily because they're not a fragging team. They do not get a lot of kills.
Now, I've just seen it there. Is their fifth announced?
No, it's a sub.
Okay, so their sub hasn't been announced.
No, neither is ours, but I'm just gonna say it's Bryn from Bliss. So.
Yeah, well, that's usually someone from the second best team.
Well, I can say that happily because we're gonna have stuff out about it, but I think it's gonna be.
Is he
We
online?
were gonna get Monty,
We
but the little bastard forgot to get his passport.
Yep. Good on you, Monty. Love you, mate. You're a great guy.
Yeah.
So we had to go with the next best thing.
I think it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Bryn plays
Either
well.
Bryn or we had Vico as a sub, and quite frankly,
All right, we'll go with Bryn. Vico's the manager. He stays as the manager.
Look, I would love to see Bryn up there in the Fury jersey with the boys. That'd be
personally
good.
for us. When he's we're doing brand development with him because again, like if he's going to do that, guys, I need to.
Yeah,
I know he's
you've
not-
gone through the talks. You've gone like, this is
Wait,
how you talk to
is
press
he
and
still
stuff.
on
You done that yet?
Bliss, like at the moment.
He's still
He's still
He's
part
still
of it.
contracted to Bliss, but we basically said, "Hey, can he play?" And they're like, "Yeah, cool, he can." We're not
Yeah.
lightning him or anything. They're just letting him.
Not
play.
online.
Yeah.
No.
No.
All right.
Which
Not-
I can respect.
Not giving
because
no
again-
Bliss bitch money.
Because again, if they just said, "Oh yeah, no, you gotta buy a loan fee
Fuck
or
off.
something," I'll be like, "It's literally a $3 million
Get a
event
grip.
plus 30% of any purchases in the shop on top, and you're gonna fuck him over." It's like
Yeah,
that's
nah.
a bit of a dick thing to do,
It
especially
is.
for an host team. Like Bliss can buy 120 grand
Yeah.
worth of fucking 3090s or some shit, but they can't just let his player go overseas. Like on the PUBG side of things, I'm excited. Not just because I actually have a team overseas for once. That's our first major event we're attending, which I think is sick. Unfortunately, I can't go to it. Fuck my work, honestly. I hate it.
Just
but
quit your job,
the
Joe.
CEO
Just do what
can't
that
even go.
Romanian guy did. Just fucking quit your job, Joe.
if I had annual leave built up, I probably would just, dip it 2
Just fuck
months.
off.
Do you know what you should have done? You should have just gone out and stress leave. That's all to make 2 weeks. Go get a letter from your doctor.
Mentally unable
I can-
to.
All right,
I can
due
break
to
your kneecap if you want.
Unable
all right.
to work due
I'll
to
break it
stress.
so we can put it back into place.
All right,
Go see a
all right, boys.
therapist and get some.
Wrap it up.
Okay,
All right,
listen,
PGC's gonna be
Tony,
sick.
We'll talk shit as much as we want, but I want
Fuck
you.
you.
I want you and Tom to touch on the next part. Because
Content.
I think it's our third segment. We'd say it's a segment in some respects.
Content.
Pickups,
Pickups,
Surprising
you pick something
pickups.
off the ground. Not
Yeah.
not surprising. Some are surprising.
One of them surprises. I don't even know who they are, but I'm surprised he's got that amount of followers on a.
So I guess
platform.
the first thing you want to touch on, because Tony, you love TikTok. We know you. I don't know why you haven't been posting at all. Like you've literally in the last half an hour, whenever we've been on the breaks and everything, Tony's just been doing some dancing in the background, and we're like, why is this going on? Because obviously from this, we're gonna have.
I have no idea what you're
TikTok.
talking about.
Yeah.
I'm 100% getting that.
Tony, everything you've done is on camera, so
Yeah, everything you've recorded, everything you've done is on
My
camera.
life is on
can't wait
camera.
for the clip of Tony on TikTok just deep throwing that banana behind him. So
But let's start off with the top of the order there, Tony. Who have we got there?
top of the order.
Top of the order.
You're horrible.
Fuck, shut up.
That was terrible. So we've got obviously Order have picked up 2 content creators. One Bluey and the other in Stodgy. And I'm not gonna lie, I had no fucking clue who Stodgy was. I knew partially about Bluey because obviously he's from Warzone. He's got a bit of a background there. 200k plus on TikTok. But yeah, Stodgy, a little bit confusing to me. Apparently very big on TikTok as well, 185k. And yeah, big ups to Order getting, some actual content creators because, Order's big org, big teams, big everything. They needed some big content creators, and I think, these guys are probably their step into that kind of content creation realm, and they can kind of make some more stuff, not just around the esports, but like, around other stuff as well.
Do you think the bag is big, Tony, for those two?
Oh, I think the bag is fucking huge. I'm
I'm
not gonna cap.
Do you think they're probably overpaying these people?
Probably, yeah.
It's Order.
I'm gonna.
I
Yeah,
heard this-
I know it's Order.
It's
$11 million
it's
straight to
Order.
content.
Listen, I hate talking shit about it, but I heard Sav's like, there was a question like, where do you see yourselves in 5 years? And Sav's just like, I'll probably be on a
On Order.
6-figure salary at Order.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm
He's
gonna
not
be
fucking
honest.
wrong.
I'm gonna be honest. With Stodgy, 185k on TikTok.
Mm.
I think he plays I'm gonna say he plays Warzone because that's
Give him
all
I'd
a
imagine
Happy
he would.
Meal and like a
Yeah.
McDonald's toy on the side.
What does he play there, Huzzy?
New World at the moment.
Fucking Huzzy.
He's playing New World at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm just on
New
his Twitch
Worlders.
right now, 2.9k followers, so he's doing alright.
He's
See,
doing better than me.
Tony, you got more followers than he does.
Yeah,
No,
where's your
he's
bag?
got
Where's
more
your
than me.
order
He's got like
contract?
200 more than me.
He's a Warzone. Yeah, he's primary. So I know Bluey from the Warzone there, like playing
Yeah.
with like guys like Fatal Kebab, Up the Kebab.
It matches their Trio Tuesdays.
It does.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
They'll get them competing in the Trio Tuesdays together.
Yeah, Bluey plays.
I reckon that would make sense.
It does make sense. That trio, but Bluey, good
Right, so
content
they're playing
creator,
in the-
brilliant content creator, brilliant Warzone player as well.
He makes some really good stuff. On
Yeah.
TikTok, like,
They both have really good stuff. I don't understand why they've gone with the like a huge bag for them though, as we think.
Well,
that
we
they've
don't
got.
know that.
we don't know that.
We don't know
know,
that,
just-
but we're
it's
gonna.
all speculation.
We're
All
assuming
speculation.
things.
Speculation.
Yeah, it's speculation. We're assuming that these guys are getting paid a decent
Couple
bag.
million evaluation, man.
These guys are some good looking
But, like,
dudes too. Holy fuck.
What's this, Tony? Sorry?
Yeah, there's some good looking dudes. I'm not gonna cap. Stodgy, that's a fucking nice
I
jawline.
thought you were
man.
looking at our camera, and then I realized you can't
No,
see
Yeah,
us,
you can't
so-
see
Can't
us.
see you guys at all.
That
man.
is going in.
Alright. But like,
I'd tap that.
oh fucking hell.
Can we get like a slow mo, like the fucking love heart kind of filter, and like a picture of Stodgy next to me? That'd be great.
Alright,
Alright,
no,
thank
moving
you.
on. So yeah,
Painting a picture,
Uh,
Tony.
let me just
Yeah.
talk about Stodgy real quick. Stodgy is a surprise. I didn't know who Stodgy was. I still don't know who Stodgy is. I'm gonna have to do my research on this, but 185k, 2.9k, 185k on TikTok, 2.9k on Twitch. I don't see his evaluation being more than a 5-figure, very low 5-figure. I mean, like the max 10k,
If they're getting
10k
paid, of
wage.
course.
I don't see him in that area just because of his TikTok. That would be, but for his Twitch, I don't see him pushing that many numbers. I've seen a couple of things through on a monitor here. With his one of his recent streams. Average of 41 viewers for the stream.
Pretty
Yeah,
bad.
but he's not mainly a streamer.
He's not a streamer.
You know,
Yeah,
just
he's a
there.
TikToker.
I reckon he's branched out from TikTok, as they all do.
Well, you kind of have to if you're getting signed by Royal. Let's be
Yeah.
real. You kind of have to have some diversity. That's why they're probably on Twitter. They're better than
Yeah. I would love to see. I would love to actually watch him a little bit and be like, okay, let's see what his growth is in 6 months. Because if his growth is hitting that 10K to 15K on Twitch in 6 months, they've signed the gem.
Well, he's definitely got some nice viewership on his TikTok. Definitely.
I don't think you get 10K from
look,
no streamer.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go with Tony. He's got a face. Like he's like I can see why people watch him. He looks. He's a very attractive bloke. He's probably got really good charismatic, very good voice to him. He makes really good content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Bluey though, Bluey's just a fucking gun.
Yeah,
Bluey's a gun.
He-
That is. They've done it. That's perfect for their trios. I'm being honest.
He's probably one of the better Fortnite guys out there. That content as well.
Like when I think Bluey was a part of Team 7. I'm gonna put it out there. I think early.
He was, and then he went with
He didn't go to Parallel as they all do.
No, he I'm not sure.
I think he left Team 7 to go to Order. There's a lot of the Team 7 boys have left, and they're just floating around the space at the moment.
I thought he was with Ground Zero for a little bit.
No, that's different.
That's Johnsy. I think.
No, that's Johnsy. Johnsy.
He's a really good Rocket League creator, but
Johnsy was someone I recommended to.
Like on the Order side of things, the TikTokers in Warzone, it makes sense because of that trios events, which I think is cool. If they compete together, that's great.
Yeah.
But I think the second thing we need to touch on, more so than the Order thing, is the Nebula pickup as well.
The former Fury roster.
Not
Yeah,
really.
Literally.
Well,
literally.
They picked up Zilla and K-Star. What was it? It was Anima.
Yeah, it's literally former Fury.
It's former Fury.
Bullshit.
It's Fury's former roster.
You said K-Star, Zilla, Anima.
That's literally your main core.
Where's fucking Zuko and Shockwave? Is it Shockwave?
No, Shockwave wasn't back then.
Shockwave is on the current team, Tony. Come on.
Yeah, Shockwave's on the sorry.
Yeah,
my
don't
bad.
get confused.
Yeah, where's Zuko and the other one?
Okay,
And that's
so
literally X Fury.
basically it's K-Star, Zilla, Anima, Josh, and I think KO.
And question mark. And question
KO's
mark.
still
KO.
something.
Ooh.
Yeah,
What's
KO
with KO?
Sports.
Let's
What
go.
was it? Yeah, KO. Holy shit, his rating was low. Anyway,
Hopefully
Like
KO
this-
leaves that team. I think KO deserves better. Sorry.
I don't know how I feel about this team, man. Like,
It's a roughie, isn't it?
I think they're just grabbing a team.
I think it's a really good signing because remember how their Valorant team disbanded, and then they said,
Yeah,
"Oh, we
now
want to
they've
get back
got
into
another
Val."
one.
They picked up the Valorant team. They got into CS with these guys. I have nothing wrong with those guys as individuals. Like they're really good people, but if you're losing to Alki, come on.
When it comes to
You
yeah,
can't lose to Oily.
Up the goats.
You can't lose to Oily.
when it
Up the
comes to the
goats.
competing side of things, I don't think they're going to do too well. But I think Nebula just doing this so they can get into the scene more. They're still a young org. Like,
Yeah,
let's not forget about that. They're
I'm gonna
still
top. I'm
very
gonna
young
top
org.
one that I reckon they're doing the same as Legacy. I have a feeling that they're trying to keep that FPS brand, that
Nah,
minimum of
problem,
one
though.
FPS team, because obviously they started with the Valorant
I think
and then
they're
they
just
lost it,
trying
then they got
to-
it back. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to keep a niche of
genuinely
FPS.
feel it's a panic pickup because
Panic
CS,
pickup.
because again, CS is dying in this region, and again, well, at least with us, we've also dropped our team. So after LPL and ESEA, they're gone because we've already talked to them about it and they've already talked it on Twitter as well. But yeah, CS in this region is fucked currently. But I think it's a good thing to still orgs, you know, if they're not putting much money into it. Like for LPL, it's like what, $120 for a season? And even in pro, it's just what the fuck is Odin doing? Just ignore him.
Just
I want to ignore him. Look at him.
I know. Just ignore him.
Tony,
For
you
those-
think,
for
what's the
those
dog
that's-
doing?
For
What the
those who
dog
are wondering what
doing?
this technical difficulty is, there is a dog at the door that's just about to break in.
Oh, there he is.
What?
Oh,
What
yeah.
the
We'll
dog?
give him
have
some
got a-
camera time. We'll give him some camera time.
We've got a
Oh,
puppy.
No, not up the bed.
What
We've
the
got a
dog?
Turn
We've
around.
got a nice puppy.
Turn around.
We got a puppy here.
I don't even get
Anyway,
to see it. I don't even get
um,
to fucking see it right now.
Sit down. Sit.
he's a good boy. Look at him.
All right.
Good boy.
Nice job. Nice job, buddy.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys talk about power. Let's talk about power.
All right,
Power.
Yeah.
Power have thanks.
They
thanks
really
to some
have just been wanting up. Like,
Power are
They really
taking
Loving them.
esports content and what they want to do within the region. They're going past the top tier boys. They're going past your Chiefs. They're going past your Orders. 100%. This is most probably the biggest pickup in our region. And I'm going to say that because not only they have the RL boys, but now they've got Loser Fruit.
The biggest.
Most of the biggest female content creator.
Lockie owning the team.
No, I'm going to say she's the biggest female content creator in Australia.
No, she is.
I
she
think
is. She is.
Full stop.
Who's near her? On the
Birdie
scale?
Full stop.
No. She's getting there.
Birdie
But
Kiss
she's not-
is averaging the same numbers as her.
Does she have a skin in Fortnite?
No, she doesn't play Fortnite.
Exactly.
She plays
Exactly.
she plays indie horror games, which makes
There's
it
only
more
four.
impressive.
There's only 4 people in the world that have their own.
Yeah,
dedicated
and 2 of them
skin
are within the same org now.
and in the same
Oh.
country. So
Yeah, so
Dale's doing well.
next thing you know, they're gonna have Laserbeam.
Yep.
Yeah, but then you just gotta be wondering.
I can see
Then they're gonna go
Laserbeam,
from an
Josh
org
Dub.
to a cult.
I mean, but I can see Laserbeam, Josh Dub, Mully being in power in a year's time.
Yeah, but realistically though, you've also got to remember these guys are under the
Like,
management as well.
Yeah.
Which Lockie was under at one point.
Yeah, and then he branched off because
Yeah.
of obvious reasons.
But Click Management isn't around anymore.
Yeah,
no, that's still around.
yeah.
that's the right.
Yeah, but
Wait, is it?
what's what I call it? They're not like as
Not the
big as they
gr-
were.
we're not
They
talking
weren't
about
the
the group
Click.
here. We're talking about singular management. But
Yeah,
either
no.
way, I think that signing specifically is great. I guess for Fortnite specifically, I haven't watched it
Dunno.
at all personally.
No, she's been branching out to other games. She's been playing other games. Been playing Apex, Raft,
But you kind of have to.
Baz, but she, with everything that she's been doing,
Well, she doesn't actually have to. No, I'm just. No,
she
just-
pulls the same numbers as she does with Fortnite with the other games.
She's pulled a really strong fan base and really strong community.
Yeah.
And that's what's really keeping her up there as the number one because her retention rate is
Through the roof.
it's insane.
Yeah. One thing I want to quote on this though is from a content creator sort of thing. It's sort of joining an org now seems one of these sort of things you have to do. From it looks like now that the big dogs are feeding on the org brand and all that sort of stuff, they're looking at other areas of revenue is the best way to put it for them.
catch your salary.
Yeah, catch your salary. That's what I'm thinking.
The only big issue I have with that is people are relying on the org to make them bigger.
Yeah.
And that is the biggest no-no to me. If you
the other way
need
around.
someone, if you need someone to make you good, you are not good in the first place.
Because I
Yeah.
think realistically,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm curious as to how much Lockie is actually paying her because I
don't think it's gonna be a real lot. I think
I
she's getting a
heard-
percentage of the brand.
I heard some stuff about Fresh when he was in LG. He got paid 500 grand a year.
Yeah,
What
but
the
that's because
fuck?
Fresh is Fresh. He was also one of the best players in the world.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait,
though.
Joe, where's
he-
my bag? What the fuck?
Tony, you gotta actually
Tony,
stream
make some
for that to
content.
happen.
Tony, I have streamed 8. Oh, is it? What, it's a 10th day.
Alright,
I have
it's not a-
streamed 9 out
It's
of
not a-
10
it's not a
days
TikTok
this
content.
month.
So, anyways,
If you had to put a number to her though, like if we're gonna chuck a number out there,
Oh,
because
6 figures easy.
yeah, but what it can't be Fresh.
No, I'm thinking.
not
I'm
gonna be
thinking. I'm
five.
thinking 100, and 10% of the brand.
Core ownership.
as no,
No, I'm not thinking. I think 10% of the brand.
No. I think she's definitely worth something close to about the 80 to 100,000 in salary alone. But when it comes to everything else, that's where I think what Power should be doing is making Loser Fruit X Power merch.
Yeah,
I
which will
think that
happen.
might. I could see.
That
the-
has
I
I
could-
would
that will
love
happen.
I would love to
There's
see
a
that.
color right here, mate, and I can see the power logo converting to this, to the red, not to
Well,
the black. To the
Yeah,
red,
we're
mate.
just gonna get like paid advertisement and chuck a logo up there every week.
You know,
yeah.
I'm thinking like to the red.
Yeah.
I'm seeing.
I would love
Loser
to
Fruit
see
being
Loser
Power.
Fruit Power merch. That
Yeah.
would be amazing.
You sound like a 12-year-old boy, just like, yeah, I want to see it.
Well, she's
No,
that
I
good
really
of a
would. I
she's
really
that
would.
good of a content creator. Age doesn't
Yeah.
matter to her. Like
Like,
a lot of
yeah,
her
no,
audience isn't kids.
Look, with
Well,
what
if you're looking
Power
at
with what
TikTok,
Power
that's a
already
lot of
doing
audience,
with all their merch
That's
and
TikTok
such.
though. TikTok is
We know
kids.
how bad it is
Yeah.
sometimes. Though.
Yo, you read some comments on her TikTok. Fucking hell, man. Touch grass, please, please.
Go outside. Go
but-
outside.
The other thing that I want to point out is with Power, they're smaller content creators, right? That they have. So you
Vinny.
yeah, so it's only really Vinny and someone else from
But
Fortnite.
Overstrained is
they're
also
not
content.
exactly.
Yeah, Overstrained is.
let's
the one
let's
I'm
not
thinking
think they're not exactly small.
of. Nah, well, Vinny made his name on TikTok
Like,
with the kidnapping
They are
TikToks.
that, like Overstrand, I've helped. Love the boy. Like I've helped him develop his brand when he was, just starting off. When
he's got a great personality.
He's got an awesome personality. I helped him, what he needs to do for his branding and whatnot when he was coming up, and he's hit it out of the park and some.
The one thing I like about Trent is when obviously Fury were looking at him before he signed with Power, and he instantly shot us down and said, "This is what I've been offered." He didn't say who by, but we weren't going to pay that bag.
Yeah,
that bag was mostly worth was mostly higher than the PUBG team's wages. Yeah,
he's worth it, honestly. With what he
pulls.
Now,
now when he was starting, when we offered, he was very, very small. No.
When we offered, he was he had just blown up.
He just hit that initial ceiling from being from like a nobody to like a somebody, and then it just went
hit a plateau.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh,
Power,
obviously
Power were the ones that got him before us, and they were just they threw a digit at him because he knew his brand worth, he knew everything about himself, and respectfully, we just couldn't meet it.
Yeah, great kid.
But with Vinny,
keep stealing people.
I'm gonna say this. Vinny is their smallest content creator, view wise.
Yeah.
View wise. Not by followers, not by metrics, but by metrics, by viewers. Fuck me. I don't see him being in Power if they're pulling Lucifer. I don't see someone of his size view wise staying within the brand unless he has a deal with the brand running through his TikTok.
Well, whatever they have, it's working for him. It's working for them. They're doing awesome work. Lockie, keep it up, man. We want to see more from you, honestly. Power
are killing it. We always made the joke at the start, oh, this is going to be another Fortnite org. We've always said that.
This is going to be the Fortnite org.
But this, in our region, when you think Fortnite now, it's Power.
Yeah.
It's Power.
The Fortnite
they're not going to get to a point where they're like ordering Chiefs, but they're
going to keep climbing.
They're
already past ordering Chiefs. I'm going to call it out with that Rocket League signing.
Once I see some more bigger sponsors come in.
No, I'm just saying it. Looking at the following, looking at everything, they're bigger. Their metrics are bigger than Order and Chiefs.
Yes,
but metrics aren't everything.
Money's not everything either. Like again, if we're to compare,
fuck yeah, it is.
You're not comparing apples with apples here. You're comparing like fucking.
I'm comparing eggs to fucking milk.
You're comparing a fucking buffet to like a fucking Weet-Bix bowl of cereal in the morning. Like
it's not even Weet-Bix, mate. It's cornflakes without even any sugar.
It's cornflakes. What the fuck, Joe?
Anyways,
you got a problem with cornflakes, Joe?
Yeah, what the fuck's wrong with cornflakes?
No, I was saying it should be cornflakes. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, you need to settle down over there in New South Wales, mate. Go milk some cows.
All right. Moving on to the final segment of the day.
This is a favorite.
This is this. Oh, yeah.
The hot spot. What's hot?
It's
and
revamped.
What's not?
It's revamped this time.
Yeah, we revamped it. This is going to be
Instead
like
of talking shit.
Look, we'll still talk shit. We're still going to make some controversial topics every now and then. Don't get me wrong. It's going to happen.
We're not talking about addiction.
This one's going to be a much nicer one, okay? Addiction. It practically is.
Yeah, I hate you cunts for this.
This is a much nicer one.
Tony's just got his face just going like, oh, fuck this game, honestly. Look at him.
Look, I'll start this off. We're talking about New World and the addiction we have. I brought this game yesterday. I already have 7 hours played. I don't know what these assholes have gotten to me.
Amateur.
I am just beyond belief of
rookie numbers, Tom.
How I can click on shit and just have fun. But I want to know everyone's thoughts on New World and if there's anything you want to see added to the game.
Everything.
Mounts. Please give me fucking mounts. I swear to God, if I have to walk everywhere, I'm gonna cry.
Tony, what would you rather, mounts or the swimming mechanic?
Well, how about we start with Tony's experience of the game? So how about you give us a rundown from start to finish, Tony? All
right. So we'll start day one when I tried to log in and I got met with the Q monster. I hopped on. I didn't play day one, like when it came out and everyone was hyped. I played the day after because I was like, okay, well, the queues are going to be slightly lower. Like, it's going to be a little bit easier to get on. Psych. I tried to log on, and I think it was about 2-3 p.m. in the afternoon. And I was like, all right, well, I'll join on the... I paid $60 to sit in queue for 2 hours, basically, the first day. Because I tried to join Agatha. Obviously, probably one of the more popular
it is the
servers.
most popular.
It's the most popular at the moment for APAC.
Lindaloo.
Yeah, so I ended up came in and I had a character made. Like I was ready to fucking join. But yeah, I sat in queue for 2 hours. I went and made lunch. I literally washed my dishes. I was contemplating mowing the lawn too. Like that's how long it fucking took.
So you actually contemplated.
Wait, so the game actually made you want to be productive?
Yeah,
he was touching grass.
Believe it or not, it had the opposite effect on me. So then I was like, all right. So Joe DMs me. He's like, oh, join Lindalo. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'll just play the game. We'll transfer whenever the transfers are announced. So I hopped on. I played for like a few hours. And got really frustrated with how far I had to walk.
Frustrated is an understatement.
Every fucking quest, and then I didn't even realize that I was walking to a fucking side quest until I'm literally 2Ks, fucking like halfway across the map. It was some fucking random fishing quest.
You're a fucking idiot.
Quest. That's why I want mounts. Give me fucking mounts. Level 10, I'm pretty sure is a fine fucking like standpoint to go, hey, yeah, you get access to mounts at level 10.
Nah, not level 10.
So I guess going around, we'll start with the least experienced person, which is Tony.
Me?
We'll go to Tom.
I'm
then to me, and then
fucking
to Reese.
14.
Reese is a sweat. So I don't know. What are you feeling? Because
I fucking love this game.
You literally just had a fishing rod casted out, and you're
was
fucking
fishing.
hooked. Like,
I was fishing, my little river. PvP disabled. I'm just chilling there. I got my campsite behind me. I'm catching myself some fucking trout and stuff, and then I'm off mining some rocks, cutting some trees. Bro, this is RuneScape with better graphics.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it. Except for the fact that I have to travel 2Ks to go find some iron ore.
I get the complaints.
I just have to go to Cutlass, and since I'm up at the other area in the freaking server that we're on, I have to go all the way down there to get iron ore. I'm only halfway there. I logged out.
Yeah.
I mean, what level are you guys now? Because I don't think Tony, you're
14.
Like what is it? 13?
No, 14. 14.
Oh, I'm level
just got to
16.
Okay. I just got to 14.
So you're just scratching the stuff.
Yeah, I'm 7 hours in, and I just grinded the shit out of like wood chopping and timber. I don't know why I just
Which is
did.
what you want to do anyway.
Chopping the
Yeah.
fuck
Because I
out of
remember
trees.
when I started, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not playing this shit. There's no way. And then I'm just like, I fucking caved in, bought it for $60. Mind you, it's probably
Best $60 you've ever spent.
yeah.
Can't even get that on
If
Hanson
I'm
Road.
going to be honest with all the FPS games I've been playing, I'm so glad I can just.
I'm glad I brought this game over a glitch pop knife from Valorant. I'm just saying.
If you bought a singular
Vouch.
knife, I would
Fucking
seriously
vouch.
debate.
You know what I'm
anyone
saying?
buying
I would rather buy a brand new game.
Anyone buying the graphics card collection? Hello?
God damn you guys.
Shut the hell up.
Tony, that is a very, very weird thing to say.
Graphics card. Wait, hold
That's
on.
what it is! The
That's
fucking
literally what it is. Yeah.
it's fucking graphics card shit.
These are running out of names as well. But I think the cool thing about
It's terrible.
New World, I know they're not going to do it, but if they did, I'd just fucking quit. Like if they had like any XP boosts, or if they fucking had,
Oh, it's over then.
the pay to win shit, which I'm glad they're not
Yeah.
going to do. The only paid stuff you can get right now is like extra potions and armor skins, which I think the armor skin function is great because you have other stuff that you look at and they're really nice skins for it. And then you put on something else, and you're like, oh, this looks like shit. But you can change it, which is
At the moment, it's all anything you can actually just buy. It's not pay to win. It's just
which is good.
cosmetic, which is awesome.
Yeah, I don't see it going. I see cosmetics being a thing, but I do see. You tend to see this in games.
I can see level boosters like maybe in 6 months, but that's
But only
when
when you-
everyone's like, you got
Level 80.
your most popular or max level doing end game stuff, and now they want to level.
What is the max level?
60 at the moment.
Okay, I see that
60,
getting
yeah.
increased.
It will.
it will.
I see that being uncapped, basically.
Because
Or maybe going to
realistically, at
200
the moment, so I'm level 28 as of today, and I'm
Geek.
having a good time personally. Like I
Geek.
don't have anyone I kind of play with on the server. I've got our camera guy Caleb. He plays on there with his brother, which I've been
Yeah.
talking to a little bit, like level 36 or something. But
I just want to point
Literally
this out. We
got
don't
me
even
on
have a
fucking
camera guy
Lindewood.
here today.
yeah, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, we have a tripod instead. So he's been
He's been
replaced
replaced.
by an inanimate object. So
We'll probably,
rip.
honestly, at some point, I've got my recording thing like
Yeah, eventually he'll be doing
we'll
BTS
do it with
or
the
something.
tripod, go down a Rundle and ask questions about podcasts. I'm like, have you heard of this? And I'll be like, no, who the fuck's that? And it's like,
No,
"Yeah,
we wouldn't do that. We'll just be doing random shit.
that's what I'm
Um,
saying.
I'll just be attacking a
But I
pigeon.
think
Anyways,
across
Yeah.
across with New World specifically, I think it's a really good thing to introduce. But obviously, it's really early stages, so they're going to fix stuff, which is great. Still need to see swimming. They'll probably add mounts in the future.
Thank God.
I think the other thing, get rid of those bears. There's a glitch basically at the moment where there's like a hotspot of bears that spawn every like 2 seconds.
Export, yeah.
I've never shit my pants so hard in my life because I just walk into a cave and I see like 50 people all there. I'm like, oh, okay, what the fuck's going on here?
Right.
And I just stand in the middle and it's like a fucking rave. There's like 30 bears that just spawn. I'm like, holy shit.
Glow sticks are flying out everywhere. There's a
See,
person in the corner
No,
tripping out.
there's like literally healers, just everyone just flinging shit everywhere and people are swinging their swords and everything. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
FPS at 5. It's a solid 5
Frame rate's gone
FPS.
5. It's like you've just turned into, I don't know, my camera quality on a Thursday night. It's like,
The fuck are you doing on a Thursday night with a camera?
Casting.
Giggity.
my internet? Horse.
Casting.
The fuck's he doing Thursday night on a camera, bro?
Casting!
Yeah, we're on a couch.
Tony,
Settle
play it
down.
louder for me. You really just got to embed it into their heads. But Reece, since you're a sweat, what do you think? Because you played the beta as well.
Yeah, I played.
Fucking
I played the open and closed beta. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I tried to exploit that game in open and closed beta as much as humanly possible.
He's lost a lot of family members in the process. He no longer talks
yeah.
to his partner.
Yeah.
He's also lost his entire bank account in savings.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, nice.
So there are quite a few exploits I did in the open closed beta. One was the money making machine. Basically, it's just getting as many materials as possible and just taking over the auction house, which I did. Made $500,000 very quickly. And
$500,000, fucking hell, you fucking
in about a week, I had like 400K, and then after that, it was just I could not retain, like I could not keep the money in my account because I just kept buying shit. Like I had to keep buying stuff, so I didn't lose money from all the shit I was selling.
He monopolized the auction house.
Yeah, the auction house.
So I
didn't know that
had
was a
like
thing.
I had like all the jewels, all the ores, ingots. I had potions. I had herbs. I had fish. I had so much other shit.
Yeah, a little bit of rosemary, some lemon, and
I
a
think
salmon.
the funniest thing that I figured out is looking at the price comparison between the trade houses because I'm just like online because in our server,
The economy
is actually
just
really good.
destroyed.
Because I remember he was
Our Syndicate boys are like they're done.
because I was sitting there with
cheap.
Reece, I'm just like, oh, it's just stuff with star metal. I'm like, oh, it's 0.25 per ingot, and he's like, wait, what the fuck? Buy that, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I bought like 100 of them, and on his, they're like what 10?
The cheapest you can get is like 10
per
coins.
ingot. And I'm sitting here just like I've just bought something for 0.25. It's like as soon as I transfer servers, I could literally list that for
Like
50% of the cost, and I'd still make bank.
Yeah.
You see what I'm getting at here? Tom?
Yeah, you got to
It's
zoom in on my
So
face on that
the-
one. I am
This is the
the
only time in a game I make profit.
Yeah. So
same time you make
the
profit
biggest.
in general.
So my biggest issue with the game is that there are people that are playing that just don't give a fuck. So this entire game is developed so people will decide how the game is played. So people will own the town, so they make the tax. So all the taxes that are made in certain cities, whoever owns that city or owns that territory gets the taxes. So when you have guilds,
This may be the
Fucking-
funny. This may be
that
the
make the
funniest-
taxes at 20% So just to fucking own a tier 1 house, it's like 4,000 fucking coin just to rent the fucker. Yeah, it kind of fucking infuriates me.
Yeah, so basically, to put it into simple terms, it's if anyone's watched Game of Thrones out there, it's similar to that. You got your factions that own areas, and people buy like strongholds or cities. And
If you're a
basically they
if you're a
become lords.
marauder, you're a crayon eater. Just so you know. Okay.
This
Yeah.
is basically just like the housing market in New South Wales.
Yeah,
Everything's
pretty
too
much.
high.
Yeah, so
but other than that, so with the game,
it's basically Game of Thrones with lord. It's basically medieval times with lords. that sort of stuff.
Realistically, I think it's cool. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
across the board it's great, but I
Yeah.
think the whole like the company side of things, they're more like cults at this point. Because I know this isn't me trying to sound like a
Oh, the
weirdo, but there's
factions,
literally there's a faction on ours that we have that's like the Asian.
Yep.
It's like the Asian circuit or something. They
Yeah.
own, like,
They're
Yeah.
marauders, though, aren't
and
they?
they own literally everything. And
I haven't
saying,
logged in today, so I don't know what they own.
I wouldn't even bother. I'm switching as
Yeah.
soon as the change comes because I'm not dealing with these guys because they literally own everything. They don't have the taxes up because I don't know what they're doing.
But we all
Well, that's
when
the-
we
that's the
switch, we
smart
got to
thing.
join the
You
same one.
you keep the taxes low so people will buy stuff. They won't care about going to war because shit's cheap, shit's upgraded. Now, in my one, there's one mob that own like 7 fucking areas, and the taxes on all of them are like 20%. Like, guys, I get you want to make money, but bring the taxes down.
Yeah.
What
You
the
can't,
fuck?
you can't tax them if they don't have money. You know?
Yeah, like-
Exactly.
Like the best
Like-
way to say it, what we're gonna do obviously is we're all gonna join the server Huzzy's on.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
Or I would hate to say it, worst comes to worst, Huzzy joins us. But I don't think that's
he's
gonna.
probably getting to that point.
I think he's getting to that point the way the taxes are, and then I will have to end up creating a new character so I can join the same fucking area because I don't want to wait 120 fucking days.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that. That's bullshit. And then we'll just make a company and we'll just do our own little thing, sort of thing. And we won't be the cunts unless it's me.
Which is vibe.
And we'll just keep taxes low, and we'll be like, yeah, good guys on the server.
We gotta maintain the war and win a war first and take over.
That's what we need to do. We call the company name the Australian government. I mean, it's a war with everyone.
No, we call it the Chinese
Republic.
Republic.
The Kumas. We'll call them the Kumas.
We'll just call ourselves the Liberals then.
No, even worse. We'll
Australian sex party.
Yeah, I think across the board, really good game.
We'll just call it the Biden administration.
Highly recommend it if you haven't got it and
you haven't got any friends.
Yeah, you're screwed,
if
basically.
you haven't got any friends and don't want to touch grass for the next 4 weeks, go play New World.
It's way more
it's
fun.
$60 on Steam for AUD.
No, it's 55 AUD at the moment,
$60,
and it's
who cares?
65 for the deluxe edition.
Anyways, definitely go check it out.
Deluxe.
If you like to farm, you like to PvP, and you like to just
like strategy.
share, basically think of RuneScape, World of Warcraft, mashed into one.
It's World of Warcraft and RuneScape.
Yeah.
That's the best way of putting it.
Like the crafting from RuneScape and the PvE, PvP action from World of Warcraft.
Wait, I've got one question about crafting real quick. Just because I know someone's going to ask this eventually. Can you fail?
No.
Crafting? You can't fuck crafting.
No, you just have fun.
No.
Alright, well, it's not really like RuneScape. You can fuck crafting in RuneScape.
Yeah.
Just me being really good.
RuneScape,
Okay,
the
yeah.
better game.
But I think across the board, really
Shut
good
up,
game.
Tony.
But this has been. Oh, okay, hold up.
You got a Bumble
Changing
notification.
goal would achieve. I've been sitting down for the last.
Wait, let's go. Hey, yo, Joe, you got a bubble notification? Let's go.
Joe's got a Bumble notification, ladies and gentlemen, and it's
No, that's my. Apparently, I've been standing for 6 hours, even though we've been sitting here for like 2. So
It's a good chair.
Just try sitting down.
obviously, sitting back on a deck chair, and it's like, congrats, just standing up. It's just like, like.
because you're that laid back.
Anyway, it's been a good episode, boys. I've had a really deep, good discussion across the board.
On random shit.
On not really random shit, but I think it's been a lot more structured this time around. I think this is probably the way we're going to go about it in the future. Again, hopefully in the coming weeks, Tony can come down here, minus quarantine, minus COVID, minus everything, and
Join us on the casting couch.
Yeah, on the couch.
Yep.
I've got a spot right here.
Yeah, you can sit in the middle.
Like literally right in the middle. But
Yeah.
at least for today, I think we're done, boys. It's been a good time.
Yeah, it's been good. I don't know. Anyone have any last things to say before the episode closes out?
Man, if any of the viewers want to like us to talk about certain topic, leave it in the comments. Chuck it in there, or message us on the Twitter podcast BTH. Check us out, guys.
If there's any guests who are in Adelaide as well,
Yeah, would love to have you.
there's a spot right here on the couch while Tony's MIA in New South Wales. So there's always a spot here for someone to hop on and have a chat with us, obviously.
Yeah.
But this has been Bring the Heat. We'll catch you guys next week.